All right, everyone, we are back live here at the Global Amazing Shake competition. Our students just enjoyed an incredible magic show with a great magician. And now it's time for the top 50 Parade of Champions. And so I'm Kirk Brown, Chief Development Communications Officer here at RCA.
And I'm Kim Bearden, the co-founder and executive director, and we are so excited. So the top 50 students, their combined scores from the Gauntlet and Work the Room Challenge, these students are going to come out on stage, draw a question from a bowl, have the question on stage, and have 1 minute to answer it. So we're going to go to the main stage now so you can see their answers.
All right, here we go.
Hi everyone, I'm Maria Alvarado, and I'm gladly representing Rocky Fork Elementary School from Smyrna, Tennessee. And I would just like to give a quick shout out to crew Jade over here.
Okay, your question is, if you could solve one world problem, what would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I don't know, there's so many. Read me that question one more time.
If you could solve one world problem, what would it be and why?
Probably, trying to think. Probably pollution, because we want to protect our earth as much as we can, because one day it will disappear, and the more that we pollute it, then the less time we're going to have with it.
Why is pollution important to you?
Because I want to cherish the moments that I have with my family, because me and my family love to go outside and walk and have some walks. So if there's just trash everywhere on the floor, how are we going to, have a good time?
How do you currently try to improve pollution in your area?
So we have this little place next to us, and we just walk there, and anytime I see trash or anytime I go anywhere, I'll just pick up any trash I see.
How long? Thank you very much. This is Maria Alvarado. She is number 6.
All right, so that was our first student up for the Parade of Champions. She answered her question. There's some follow-up questions that she needed to answer as well. And then in just a moment, her score is going to pop up on the screen.
So we will see live how these students are performing. Also hosting today, we have Dante Beaumont, the 2023 Global Amazing Shake champion.
Yes. So head back to the stage.
Alrighty. Your question is, how do you define success and what steps can you take to achieve it?
Repeat the question, please.
How do you define success and what steps can you take to achieve it?
How would I define success? It's by, first, getting the goal. For me here, for example, getting here to Atlanta for Amazing Shake was really hard, actually. We had this competition in school, and my first goal was go on to the gauntlet. I shake my nerves off, and I continue. Then I get classified for here, come to Atlanta. And one of my main goals was come here and talk to you all. So how could we achieve success? It's by getting our goals and never, never lose faith in ourselves.
Awesome. Other than the Amazing Shake, what are some moments of success that you've achieved?
I achieved success in my Taekwondo competition. I was really nervous, I was shaking, I was crying, but I got second place in San Pedro Sula in Honduras, and I feel so proud.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is Michelle Alvarez, number 8. You can go to your seat. Alrighty. Next up, Dylan Andrews.
Hello everyone, my name is Dylan Andrews. I attend the Ron Clark Academy, and I'm representing that Big C, Big Crimson. That's my team, yeah.
Can I get your question? Alrighty. If the school day was made to be an hour longer, what subject should be the focus of that additional time?
Okay, so, y'all, I really love history. I love learning about the past. Yes, thank you. Let's give it up for history. But, yes, I really love history and learning about my past, so that way I can affect my future. So definitely being able to take that 1 extra hour just to learn things from the past and take those to change what's next and what's happening in the future would definitely be the subject that I would choose for.
What's your favorite thing to learn in history?
My favorite thing to learn in history, well, pretty much everything, but I just love that the teacher that I actually have, Ms. Haskins, how she answers every single question that we have. Even if they're hard questions, even if they're extremely tough, she always just goes above and beyond to make sure that we get the information that we need to be able to succeed in the future. So,
How long have you had this love for history?
for a very long time, but it definitely started when I was in 7th and 8th grade, well, 7th grade, because at first, I was like, oh, history's cool, because I didn't really understand the importance of it, but now that I'm in 7th and, now that I'm in 8th grade.
Thank you very much, Dylan.
Thank you so much.
That was awesome. This is Dylan Andrews, number 11. Thank you. You can go back to your seat. All right, Matthew Bagala. Let's go, Matthew. Thank you. You go ahead and introduce yourself. You can introduce yourself.
Sorry. I'm Matthew Bagala, representing Incarnate Word Academy from Corpus Christi, Texas.
If you could have any animal as a pet, which would you choose and why?
That's a really good question. And first, I'd like to thank the judges here and you, of course. So, an animal that I would really want as a pet probably be a dolphin. And this is going to be confusing for some of you. But in case you didn't know, dolphins are some of the smartest creatures there are on the earth. And I feel like sometimes people think animals, they may not be that intelligent. But I would love to show other people just how intelligent animals can really be and that we should protect them and take care of them.
How long have you had this love for dolphins?
I've actually had it since I was born. I was born near the beach, and I could always see dolphins whenever I wanted. And I've just always loved them.
How did you learn that dolphins were one of the smartest animals in the world?
I learned it from a National Geographic magazine.
Awesome. That's amazing. Well, which one are your favorite parts about dolphins other than their intellect?
One of my favorite parts is probably the fact that they can get so close to shore, and for me, it's almost like they're just saying hi, and I really like that.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Matthew. This is Matthew Bagala, number 17. Awesome. Great job. Okay. Blaze Bentham.
My name is Blaze Bentham, and I go to Somerset Low Mountain, and the team I'm representing today is Go, 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 Group L.
Can you step up a little bit? All right. What is your favorite holiday, and how do you celebrate it?
That's actually a really great question. My favorite holiday is, I would definitely have to say Christmas. And I say Christmas because it's a time for God, and it's a time to give to others. And I think that's very important to show how appreciative you are of other people, especially your family, because Christmas is all about giving, and I love giving back to other people, my community, and teachers that help me a lot. So, yeah.
What's your favorite part about Christmas?
I would definitely say receiving and giving out gifts, because who doesn't love to open a good Christmas present?
What's your most favorite Christmas gift you've ever received?
Definitely my Xbox. I love it. I use that a lot. I can't lie. I love my Xbox.
What's the favorite gift you've ever given?
The favorite gift I've ever given is I've given my mom a really, really nice necklace, and yeah.
Okay. How long have you been enjoying this love of Christmas?
My whole life, because Christmas is my favorite, and yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Blaze. This is Blaze Bentham, number 26. All right. Next we have Marissa Batanti. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Marissa Batanti, and I'm representing St. Joseph's School in Lake Orion, Michigan.
Awesome. What is the best gift you've ever received, and why did it mean so much to you?
The best gift that I ever received was a little stuffed animal elephant from my dad. I was little, and I've always loved animals, and something that my dad said was, I hope you always keep this with you throughout your life. And I was like, oh, it's a stuffed animal. I'll probably lose it the next day. And he said, I want you to keep this because it represents my love for you. And that just made me feel so good about myself, and I still have it to this day. I haven't lost it, so I hope we can just keep that streak going.
That's awesome. What about this bear, other than your dad's love, made it so special?
It was so little and it just fit perfectly in my bed. And I named it Jiffy after the show Martha Speaks with the talking dog. And when I was little, I used to feed it peanut butter as it did in Martha Speaks.
Have you always had a love for stuffed animals, or was it this specific one that was so special?
I've had a collection, and my mom told me I need to be cut off because I had 5 bins full of it, and she was like, you have an obsession.
Awesome. Thank you, Marissa. This is Marissa Batanti, number 32. Awesome job.
So the students are answering their questions on the spot, and just being able to answer those questions back to back, I mean, that takes some skill and to have some confidence as well. So
Right.
Hi, my name is Payne Blankenship, and I'm representing Union Elementary in Gallatin, Tennessee.
Awesome. Step up a little bit. What role does creativity play in your life, and how do you express your creativity?
Creativity expresses in my life is to be like what my personality is. Like, that's who I am. I'm very creative. That's how I do it to express myself. I show like with art, and also just like with my personality. I just like to be creative with all sorts of people.
How do you express creativity?
How I express creativity probably with my personality and giving it to other people so they can be more creative.
Do you think creativity plays into the Amazing Shake?
I think it does, because here's so many different people with different creativity ideas, especially with the Google question about how you can be creative. I think it really does play into this to see like what their creativity is, how they mean it to them.
Outside of the Amazing Shake, what's some ways you've expressed creativity through your personality or other forms?
I think maybe school and like maybe helping somebody to be creative and like especially art class, you can be creative and express yourself in there and draw anything you want.
Awesome. What's your favorite form of art?
Favorite form of art? I really love to paint. That's one of my favorite things to
Okay,
do.
thank you, Peyton.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Peyton Blankenship, number 34.
he's really have to stand on his feet here too, because he's got to come up with those follow-up questions on the spot.
Yes, he's demonstrating how you have to listen to what someone's saying to be able to carry the conversation. So I think he's doing a phenomenal job as well.
Burke, and I'm representing Armbray Academy from Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada.
Perfect. Pick a question, and you can just you keep them up. Alrighty. Would you rather explore outer space or the depths of the ocean, and why?
Wow, that's a great question. I think I would love to explore outer space because there's so much out there. Space is infinite, and we already have some people that are going to the moon, for example, SpaceX, NASA, and the Artemis program, and I really think we could explore Mars, we could explore deeper into space, and that would lead to some great discoveries.
You have a lot of information about space. When did this love start?
I feel like this love started when the first SpaceX rockets were launched. My dad showed me some videos of them launching, and I was really, really intrigued. So I just kept watching them, and my dad taught me more and more about SpaceX.
Awesome. What do you think of the Artemis program from NASA?
I think it's a really great program. They're trying to put astronauts on the moon, and I think it's going to go successfully.
How do you feel that SpaceX is building their new Starship rocket to send people to Mars?
I feel really good about that. I feel like Elon Musk, if there's anybody that's going to do it, Elon Musk is the one. He's literally been landing boosters from outer space and landing them.
Thank you very much, James.
Thank you, everybody.
I love that.
So he pulled a question that was good for him because he did have some knowledge of the Artemis program,
88.
SpaceX, and look at that, a solid score of 88
Killed
because
it.
not only was he poised and confident, he also was personable and knowledgeable. So really, really high score. I think that's the highest score we've had so far.
I think so. Incredible.
Thank you.
So, hello everybody, my name is Valerie. I am representing Macri School from Honduras, and I just want to say thank you all for being here, and thank you, Dante, for your presence today.
Thank you, Valerie. What is your favorite childhood memory, and why does it stand out to you?
Can you repeat the question again, please?
What is your favorite childhood memory, and why does it stand out to you?
Ooh, okay, so back in my country, we have this small town called Valle de Angeles, and we have a little place there. And then I used to go with my family, and there was this amazing creek, and we would walk around, and we would have fun. We had a picnic, and I remember my dad telling me, like, be careful with the mosquitoes. So I would be scared of, like, no one's gonna pop out of me, right? No, I'm not gonna get bitten, right? So I remember it was so fun. I went with my sisters too, Edema and Nastia, and my parents too. So being together and having that Sunday afternoon, feeling the sun, and just having fun with your family, it's just such a beautiful memory that will always stick out to me.
How do you use that memory now today?
Absolutely, and whenever I miss my family, for example, right now in the Amazing Shake, unfortunately I don't have my family with me, but whenever I want to feel them with me, I remember all those fun moments and I remember them being at my side. For example, I feel them be right now on stage with me.
That's awesome. Thank you very much,
Thank you so much, you guys.
Hopefully her family is watching her right now. How delightful that was to hear that.
What
That's a
great
beautiful
memory.
story.
Yes, they're feeling her. She's feeling them on stage with her as she gives her responses. I love that. She's got 72.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan Clark. I am from Atlanta, Georgia, and I go to the Ron Clark Academy.
Woo-woo. Come on, let's step up here. All right. How do you think the environment will change in the future, and what can we do to protect it?
Okay, so one thing that I think that will protect our environment is stop polluting stuff. Because I feel like every time you go on a walk or whatever, you always see trash and you always see stuff on the ground, and you of course pick it up. Also in the sea world, people are always polluting stuff in the sea. There's over 40% of pollution in the sea, and animals are always getting stuck in those little plastic and stuff like that. So I feel like pollution is one of them.
How do you think the environment will change in the future?
What do you mean by the environment?
How do you feel that climate change or rising sea levels, those things like the environment, how do you feel that that will change?
Can you elaborate on that? I'm sorry.
Next question. You're good.
Okay.
What do you currently do to affect pollution or to improve it?
So my family, what we do every couple weekends or whatever, we go out with big trash bags and we collect trash from sometimes we go to Savannah, Georgia, and we pick up trash that we see on the beach, and we also go on special little walks and we pick up plastic and paper and things like that.
Thank you very much, Ryan. This is Ryan Clark, number 64.
So that's Ryan Clark, number 54, answering questions about pollution. Some seemed a little difficult to sort of grasp there, but I think she pushed through, so we'll see what the judges think. And now we got Gianna Collins coming up next.
So Ryan received a 59.
I'm representing the Ron Clark Academy here in Atlanta.
Awesome. What is the most essential quality a leader should possess and why?
I would say being a leader is very important, but the thing is, I would say it's not just about you, it's about everyone behind you. And if I would say don't take all the credit and...
What are some examples when you have been a leader in your life?
Like when I've been a leader? I would say when I led at a camp.
How do you show that ideology of caring for the people under you and not just caring about yourself?
Well, I love little kids and caring about little kids, and I care a lot about people. So just showing that to them, just complimenting them. And
Awesome. What's one characteristic of a person that you look up to who's in power that you try to embody yourself?
I would say both of my parents, because they have amazing leadership qualities, and they show that to us every single day, and that they also teach me a lot about that.
All right. Thank you very much, Gianna. Gianna Collins, number 69. Next up is Alex Cortina.
Received a score of 59.
Let's go, Alex.
My name is Alex Cortina, representing Waller Junior High from Mattawa, Washington.
Awesome. Here we go. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? And what would you hope to learn or experience in that place?
That's a very tricky question. I'll probably go visit Mexico. The reason why is because my grandma and my sister live there. I just want to experience the culture, how they live over there, and how it's different from Washington and from Mexico.
What do you already know about Mexico, having family that lives there?
What I know is that obviously they speak Spanish, and that overall just a beautiful culture. The food, the people, and everyone's just beautiful there.
What would be one attraction or tourist site that you might want to see in Mexico?
Well, probably where my mom lived, for example, Guerrero, because I want to see how she lived, how she experienced life, and overall how her parents treat her and stuff.
If you could, how long would you want to stay in Mexico?
If I could, probably 2 years, 3 years max. The reason why is because then if I live there for a long time, I'll start missing my friends, my family that lives here. And overall, I just love Washington, seeing my people, my teachers, my friends, and everybody there, just amazing.
Thank you very much, Alex. This is Alex Cortina, number 72.
So we should know that there are over 650 people in the audience watching this. So imagine the pressure coming up and pulling a piece of paper. And look at how well he did. He received a score of 80.
Hi everyone, my name's Addison Cowan, coming to you from Mason County Middle School in Kentucky. And shout out to Group M.
Yeah. You can keep them up. Alrighty. What does it mean to be environmentally conscious, and how can individuals make a difference?
What I think for environmentally conscious is to make sure you're not polluting, you're helping others around the community, and making sure you're not hurting the economy or economics.
How are you environmentally conscious?
I would definitely say I help pick up trash, and with my church we go around and we pick up trash, and I think that's one way we are able to help the environment stay without being polluted as much.
Do you think it's important that everybody should be environmentally conscious?
Of course, because I feel if everyone is, we'll be able to keep this earth a lot more cleaner for a lot longer, and everyone can stay a lot more safer and healthier.
How do you feel that the people in the Senate above you can affect the environment?
I feel that they already have how fines and stuff if you pollute and stuff. I think maybe we should have groups put together to help clean up stuff, and maybe they even get help maybe paid or donated money towards that.
Awesome. What's something that you have already done, including picking up trash, or you feel that you would do if you could make a law about being environmentally conscious?
Well, I would like to, like I said, make a group, get together
All right,
some class.
thank you.
Oh, okay.
Addison Cowan, I'm sorry.
So some more questions about the environment there.
Yes.
There are all different types of categories. It just happens to be that 3 of them have been pulled very quickly, one right after the other, it seems, about that particular topic.
She received a score of
60. So as I was saying, imagine though being in front of over 600 people your age as well as adults, and knowing this is being streamed live and having to answer a question live on stage. Sometimes those thoughts just leave your head.
It's a tough situation to be in, but these kids are resilient and they're pushing through.
That's right.
Thank you. What is the most important lesson you've learned from a mistake you've made?
Yes. I'd say a few mistakes that I've made in my life consist of not being me. I know we've talked about this a lot here today, but I was putting on a fake persona and trying to be cool or trying to be someone else that I really wasn't. And then over the summer, I learned I need to be myself, because that inside Drew is not happy. And I want to be happy, and I need everyone else to know that. You just need to be yourself.
That's awesome. How has... You can go ahead and cover that.
Thank you.
How has being yourself improved your life and made inside Drew happier?
I say being myself has made me happier because I actually get to fulfill what I want to fulfill. Like being here. I really wanted to be here since a long time ago. I've heard about it, and I was like, I really want to do that. I really want to do that. It's also taught me my interests and what I want to do when I'm older.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Drew.
Thank you.
Drew Diaz, number 86.
I love how Drew talked about just leaning into who she truly is for that happiness. It's so amazing.
And her score showed that she really did come across as very authentic, I felt like, in her answer, and
84.
genuine, and one of the highest scores so far.
My name is Lauren Dietz. I go to New Vision Charter School at Loveland, Colorado.
Awesome. Okay. What does it mean to be a good listener, and why is it important in communication?
I think a good listener is somebody who not only understands the conversation, but really interprets it as themselves and makes connections with multiple people. I think a good listener is not just looking at the person and pretend like you're listening. It's making those connections so you can be a better person in general. And then I think it's good for communication, because once you listen and you understand each other, you can truly communicate better, because there's not questions and you don't wonder about what the other person is thinking, because you understand yourself.
How are you a good listener, and how would your peers describe you?
I think I'm a good listener because not only do I try to listen to what the person is saying, I try to make connections with the people. But I think my friends would describe me as a good listener, but I think they would also describe me as funny and goofy and just really exciting.
How does listening, oh, and that's time. Thank you very much, Lauren. This is Lauren Dietz, number 89.
All right.
So we must say, if you had not heard us earlier, that's Dante Beaumont who's giving the interview questions. Oh, and she received an 87.
Wow.
She really had a thoughtful answer. I thought she had many examples of what
yes.
truly does make a good listener, and so
She
very
kept
poised as
reiterating
well.
the question in her response, which was very clever.
I am representing Margaret's school.
Awesome. Okay. Would you rather have the ability to fly or be invisible?
Okay, so personally, as someone who is ambiverted, I'm both extroverted and introverted, I would much rather be invisible. Like, imagine being in awkward situations and not knowing how to respond, just go and disappear. That would be absolutely magical. Not only that, but imagine having to do a presentation and you didn't do it, and then you just disappear, you're still in the room, but you disappear. And then they go everywhere for you, and then when they give up, you just appear there. Like, it would be absolutely magical.
What are some other ways you would use your invisibility powers?
Another way I would use my invisibility powers, probably when I'm mad at my friends. I hate like making eye contact when I'm mad at somebody, and I'm just going like, I hate it.
Would you want to use your invisibility powers for good or for evil?
Absolutely for good. I mean, I hate when people like do bad stuff about me. For example, I have this one kid who's my brother's friend, and every time I see him in the hallway, he goes like this when I walk. So
Awesome.
yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Valeria.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Personality. You can hear us laughing. I hope the judges saw what we saw because at 8, see? She was a real, genuine person, and that's what we're really looking for.
You gotta love that charisma, the humor.
Funny.
I mean, just brilliant. I enjoyed that.
I did too.
Hello, sorry about my voice. I'm Stella Guerra. I'm from Corpus Christi, Texas, representing Incarnate Word Academy.
Awesome. Would you rather have unlimited money or unlimited time?
Man, that is a great question. I would say unlimited time. I would love to spend all the time with my friends and family because they are just so very precious to me with all of their different emotions and how they hold themselves up. I love hanging out with everybody new just because I get a new sense of a whole new perspective of another world.
Would you like them to have unlimited time with you as well?
Absolutely. We could see how the world changes together and go through all the hardships and struggles together.
What's your favorite memory that you have with your family?
So this summer, I recently went to Spain with my family, and it's called the El Camino de Santiago. And that is where you walk. It's a pilgrimage to the Santiago. It's a cathedral. And so me, my parents, my 2 younger siblings, and my grandparents, we walked 90 miles all together through woods, through streets. It was a whole experience, and we got to spend it together.
Thank you very much, Stella.
She's lost her voice, but very great answers from her. Let's see
Yes.
what the judges think.
Thoughtful. She answered in complete sentences.
A
She got
solid score.
76.
Yes.
Good score from the judges.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tori Roper. I'm representing Nebo Crossing Academy, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to be here and get to compete in this competition.
Awesome. All right. How do you think your generation will change the world?
So there's a lot of bad stuff going around in the world today, but I think we can use the positives and stuff for good and just be able to change the world in many different ways. We can be a positive outlook to other people and just change their lives. We can push through and use Christ, which is what we should be teaching in schools, in my opinion, because it's so important to have a relationship with him, and we can just use that to spread across the world and just make his kingdom better on this earth.
What are some bad things? Yes. What are some bad things that might be going around in the world?
So there's so much just addiction and stuff to bad things, and there's so much on social media that you can get into that just younger kids, they grow up with that, and then that's all they know. And if you just start young and then just build through a good relationship with your family and Christ and stay away from that bad stuff, you're better off in the future.
What personally would you do to improve the world through Christ?
So I would start soon and just start building up and start spreading it even with my friends who don't have the best relationship, and then start growing globally and nationally.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. Tori Roper.
Expressing his faith here.
Yes.
Let's see what the judges have to say about his score.
I love that. Boldly speaking what you believe in at 77 from the judges. Solid score there. So shout out to him as the next student walks on stage to introduce themselves and answer your
Hello,
question.
I am Princess Johnson. I'm representing MDC, and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Shout out to Group 6.
Nice. All right. If you could have a conversation with your future self, what advice would you give to your present self?
The advice that I would give to myself is that don't worry about what's going to happen in the future. Worry about the present. And if anyone looks down on you, just hold yourself up and remember that God has you.
If you could talk to yourself at one age, what age would it be?
I would probably say 16 because that's where a lot of things starts to change, and how like you have to grow up and be independent on your own self.
Where do you hope that your future self would be when you talk to them?
I hope that they would be like in a good position, having a good job, starting job, that they still stick with their family and learn that, everything is going to depend on them one day.
Do you think you would be a little bit skeptical if you are able to talk to your future self, or do you would believe it completely?
I would be a little skeptical because I don't know how I would look, and if someone just come up to me and say,
right.
I'm your future self.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So once again, she got a little laugh there and a score of 80. So it's about just being a real conversationalist.
Having a conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
From the bowl.
Oh, okay, my bad. Sorry. Hello, everybody. My name's Lucia Jaloki. I'm here all the way from Kaiserslautern, Germany, and I'm a proud member of Group C.
What is the most important quality you look for in a friend?
Yeah, so as somebody who is very picky about their friends, I'm nice to everybody, but I'm not friends with everyone. So I look for people who are uplifting and kind, because unfortunately in today's world, not everybody's kind. And it really hurts my heart to watch people be so mean and so degrading to other people. And even if somebody's nice to me, it's important to me that that person is nice to everyone and not just me.
What are some people that you've met in the Amazing Shake that are uplifting and kind?
Oh my gosh, everyone. I mean, anyone who's talked to anyone knows that. Everybody is like just the nicest people ever. But I honestly, Marissa Batoni, who's over here, she's always like a big hugger. And then over the entirety of Crew C, but especially, hi guys, especially Gavin Morrison. He was, after every round, he was like, oh my gosh, you did amazing. And of course, Thomas from Notre Dame, he was my last school before I moved. He was so excited to see me, and it was just great to meet. Yeah, guys, I'm pretty cool. It was great to meet these amazing people, and I'm just so thankful.
Thank you very much, Lucia.
Thank you, Dr.
Away from Germany.
All the way from Germany, here in the Global Amazing Shake.
And a wonderful
87.
score. And I like what she said. I'm nice to everybody, but I don't choose to be friends with everybody. So it's an honest answer, right?
Honest answer, and so true.
She wants people who are kind in her life.
Yep, I love that. She said that.
Hello, my name is Audrey Love. I'm here from Detroit, Michigan, and I'm representing Notre Dame.
Awesome. All right. What is your favorite way to spend a rainy day?
My favorite way to spend a rainy day is going to rehearsal with all of my friends. I've done theater since I was a very little kid, and I'm so passionate. Every time I get on stage, I feel that I can bring a story to someone's life in the audience. And I just absolutely have a passion for it, and I think that's so important when you're doing anything, whether it's a rainy or sunny day.
What's your favorite musical to watch or even put on?
So the most recent musical that I did was Sound of Music, and that had to be my favorite. It was just so great. The people were so kind, and the music is so well written. The story just brings such a tearful emotions to all of the audience. Everybody was crying, and it was so cool to bring that story to so many people.
Would you rather have a lead role or be backstage?
I'd rather have a lead role because I love, as I said, to bring that story and to make friends on the stage and even have the people in the audience feel like they are a part of the performance and feel like they are living it in their real lives.
All right. Thank you very much. Audrey Love.
My all-time favorites. Have you ever seen The Sound of Music, Kurt Brown?
I have
not. Okay, we're going to have movie night. You have to watch that.
84.
84,
For this
solid
last
score.
student. That's your all-time favorite Sound of Music?
It is one of them.
Okay.
I could sing all the songs for you, but
wow,
we got to make it about the competition right
All right,
now.
cool.
I'm representing North Carolina Banner Oak Elementary.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Thank you. If you could be any fictional character for a day, who would you choose and why?
Oh gosh. Oh goodness. I don't know. There are so many good characters in so many different movies and shows. I don't know, honestly. What does fiction mean?
Fake, not real. Something
Fake.
that's not
Okay,
actually happening.
SpongeBob, because he's underwater. I knew that. You didn't hear that. I knew
Fiction
that. Okay.
mean. And then when he told her, she said, "Oh, SpongeBob."
I love to swim underwater and in pools and stuff, but not only is he a sponge, he's squared. Like, come on, you can't get better than that.
Talk about a big comeback here.
Fictional text, movie, or just piece in general?
Well, I don't watch many cartoon shows, but I would say, I guess Harry Potter is kind of fictional because it has like wizardry and stuff. So I really love Harry Potter.
Alrighty.
Thank
you very much.
Never forget what fictional means after today.
Ever in her life. She knows
But-
what fiction means now.
But her personality came
That
through
was cute.
there.
78,
so it was
still a
actually
big high
strong
score, yep.
score. That was a big
That worked for
comeback
her.
right there. Big save there.
Ryan McCready.
Hello, everyone. It is so nice to be here. Today, my name is Brian McCready. I'm representing Scottsburg Middle School and also the best team, I mean purple team.
If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Man, if I could only eat one food, that'd be tough. I'd probably pick something sweet because I have a major sweet tooth. I'd probably pick macaroons, amazing, or strawberries, you know?
How do you feel that if you eat macaroons all day, it might affect your dental?
That might be an issue. I could probably get cavities. That would be a major problem because I'd like to keep my teeth squeaky clean. But I feel like if I brushed them enough, that could help.
What's your favorite flavor of macaroons? Because I love them too.
Strawberry. Hands down, strawberry or birthday cake. I am a huge fan of anything strawberry, especially birthday cake. Birthday cake and strawberry, like my two favorite flavors.
When was the first time you were introduced to macaroons?
Oh, it was an amazing experience. I went to this thing. I don't know what store it was, but it was one of the biggest stores I've ever been in. It was like a Walmart, but crazy. And they had a little display case full of macaroons. And I was like, Mom, can I have a macaroon? And she was like, fine, Brian. And I got a macaroon. And it was just so delightful, you know?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great job.
I wonder if it's one of those Buc-ee's she went to, and she said like a Walmart but bigger.
74. I was thinking about that too. I was like, I think it might
So
have
did
been
you have
one.
a favorite food? What were you thinking?
Favorite food? I'm still thinking about last year. No, I'm Jamaican, so I would really eat oxtails all day.
Oh, nachos for me.
Honduras.
Awesome. Do you think aliens exist?
Ooh, well, I totally believe that aliens do exist. You know, have you ever thought of the green of the aliens or the different colors? I do believe because aliens, I mean, there are a lot of theories, but I totally believe in them. I mean, I know that they exist. I'm 100% sure. You know, so I'm waiting for the confirmation that they do exist.
So is it true that you believe in conspiracy theories, and why?
It is true, you know. I just think, why don't I believe in them? I mean, why does anyone in this room shouldn't believe in them? I mean,
if aliens came to Earth, do you think they'd be peaceful or evil?
Ooh, well, it depends how you treat them. You can be mean or you can be nice to them.
That's awesome. Where do you think aliens are located in the universe or even on Earth?
Well, I think they are located in the universe, but I hope they come here to Earth and I could meet them.
Awesome. All righty. Thank you very much, Mariana.
She's completely convincing me.
I was like, wait, does she know something
She was
that
so steadfast.
I don't know?
Absolutely, they
She
do.
said 100% sure. Wow.
78. Strong score.
Hi, everyone. My name is McKenna Meterhoff. I am from Summerwind Trails, California, and I am a proud member of Purple House.
There you go.
They're divided into crews so they could meet students from other schools. So when they give shout outs to the people, it's the friends they've made from all around the world.
Speak and understand all languages or talk to animals?
You know, would I rather get the ability to meet so many people anywhere, any place? Some people here speak 2 languages, and that is awesome. We give kudos to all those people. Or could I be a real-life Disney princess? You know, I'm gonna have to take the first option. I'd love to talk to people from all around the world if I get the opportunity to. This, the Amazing Shake, is, for an example, a perfect opportunity to get to meet people from all over the world and get to learn more about them, more about where they come from, and especially we won't have any language barriers.
If you could wake up and learn one language, what would it be?
Probably French. I'm a big French girl, you know. Learning French would be awesome. I'm currently doing it on Duolingo, not doing the greatest at the point, but I'm getting somewhere.
It's okay, I got a 344-day streak. I'm proud of that.
Kudos!
Awesome. And that's time. Thank you very much, McKenna.
So she had the crown. I thought maybe she was going to say she wanted to be a Disney princess and be able to talk to the animals. I think I might go for the animals.
I know you definitely would go for the animals for sure.
I need to know
She
what my
got
dog
an
is
86.
thinking.
What a great score.
Incredible
She was
score.
incredible.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Lovely.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elia Mermel. My number is 192, and I am coming from Notre Dame Preparatory School in Pontiac, Michigan. Okay.
How do you think technology has changed how we communicate, and what are the benefits and drawbacks of these changes?
No, that is a great question. I mean, technology has progressed in so many ways since it started. And I believe that as technology progresses, we do too. Some of the setbacks, though, are job losses. I'm sure some of you know that lots of our jobs have been taken over by computers. For example, I was going to go to the aquarium the other day, but all the tickets were sold out. As we were finding that out, though, the machines, they weren't being operated by humans. It was all technology. And my dad brought up a really good point. He said, isn't it crazy how much this is happening? Some of the good things, though, is that things are a lot easier, like to keep files in order, messaging people. I have a friend in Barcelona, and it's fun because even though the time difference, I still get to text her and keep in contact with her, and it creates a really great relationship. It's also easier to do schoolwork. I mean, we use computers at my school, and honestly, it's...
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
She had a lot of examples.
She had a lot of examples. She said, I don't need no follow-ups. I got this question, I'm going to take it.
She
And
carried the
hit it.
conversation,
Yeah, she
which,
took control.
sometimes Dante's having to carry it.
Yeah.
She's got a score of 74.
74. Not a bad score at all.
Miriam, and I'm representing here Macri School.
Here from Honduras, representing the Macris School.
What are some ways you can cope with stress and difficult emotions?
When I try to manage my feelings, how I'm feeling, like what I really have in that moment, I usually just breathe in, or I go around to my dog or to my bed and I go and hug them really deep. If I'm feeling angry, I usually cry. If I'm feeling sad, I cry harder. So that's one of the things that I do to cope with the feelings.
What are some ways during the Amazing Shake you handle stress?
In the gauntlet, I was right there and I was feeling super nervous. When I'm nervous, I usually think to be. And when I just started like squeezing my hand, fidgeting, and I got it through and I made it.
Awesome. When's the time you got, we can clap. There you go. Awesome. Martina Merriam, 193.
Well, that's healthy. She cries. When she's sadder, she cries harder.
Hey, you got to let those emotions out sometimes.
That's right.
You can't keep it all bottled up.
She seems in touch with her emotions,
gotta
which is
be in
actually
touch, for
very
sure.
healthy. She seems very, very connected to that.
I love the honesty and the transparency
do,
here.
yeah.
It's just so raw.
68.
The score of 68.
From Union Elementary in Gallatin, Tennessee.
Awesome. How do you think your upbringing has shaped who you are today?
Will you please explain the word upbringing?
Like how you were raised or how you've been brought up through society.
So I would like to thank my school for that because my school has taught me a lot through growing up. Because when you go to school, you think of education. You think of math, science, ELA. You don't really think about how they teach you life lessons too there. Because at my school, we have a guidance counselor, and every once in a while, we will have a guidance class, and it's about kindness, and that has really taught me about this. And then also the Amazing Shake at our school, if you gotten through the Amazing Shake and you have done that, that shows you that you have really succeeded.
Is there anyone specifically in your school that you give a lot of credit for who you are today?
Probably my 4th grade teacher, Miss Stacy Porter, because I feel like I really connected with her and I really loved Miss Porter. She was one of my favorite teachers.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Ava.
To Miss Porter, you're doing good work there, Miss Porter.
Shout out to
love
Miss
hearing
Porter.
that. Yeah.
I love those examples of just humanity.
Yes, and I love that she was not afraid to say, I don't know what upbringing means, to clarify the question so she didn't answer the wrong thing.
Yeah.
67.
And I am from Atlanta, Georgia. Dante, thank you so much for hosting. Thank you so much for the introduction. And judges, thank you so much for spending time with us. You don't understand how much this means to me with this being my last and first Global Amazing Shake. So thank you for spending time with us today.
How will technology change the world in the next 50 years?
Well, that's a very good question because AI, even every single day, ChatGPT, the use of AI has constantly been changing. And so technology can definitely hurt us, but it can definitely help us as well. AI with job loss and things like that. And did you know that Elon Musk is making a robot currently that uses artificial intelligence and does human tasks like assembly lines and things like that? And so it can definitely help us in terms of making sure that these processes are more efficient. However, it can also do a lot of things such as job loss. So I would say that technology can definitely help us and hurt us in multiple ways that will greatly help the economy or hurt the economy.
Currently, do you think technology is an asset or liability to humanity?
Well, there's been a lot of things happening with AI specifically about deep fakes, misinformation, the spread of it, especially with social media nowadays. Anyone can get anything anywhere, and you don't have the control to stop that. And so I'd say right now it's definitely hurting us more than it's helping us. However, I feel like once we get control of this new technology, we can better figure out how to create rules and regulations.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Adrian.
Okay, Adrian.
Yes, solid. I think she had a lot of very factual examples of what she was talking about. She sounded very knowledgeable.
86.
Great score.
Incredible. I mean, she was spitting that knowledge.
Yes.
I was tuned in like this. Tell me more.
Yes.
So,
very well
great job,
done.
Adrian.
Hi, my name is Zach Ramsey. I'm here today representing Nebo Crossing Academy from Marion, North Carolina.
Awesome.
That North Carolinian accent. I love it.
Nebo's got a lot of folks.
Would you rather be the best player on a team that loses every game or the worst player on a team that wins every game?
Ooh, that's a good one. Probably the worst player on a team that wins every day because you're going to get that, compatibility of being able to win a lot, and you'll still be known as a winning team even though you are the worst player on the team.
Do you think it's more important to think of the focus of the group or think of yourself?
Ooh, definitely the focus of the group. You want to be involved as a team because it's going to help you in games because, you always have that responsibility and reliability of knowing that you have friends that are going to support you and be there when you need them in a game.
Do you think you'd be a little bit salty that you're the worst player on the best team?
Probably, definitely. But, you know, it would give me, like, drive and mobility to want to get better. And so I don't have to be known as the worst player on the team.
All righty. Thank you very much.
I love his responses.
Right?
I mean, he's just cool, calm, collected, taking time to think about his response and just being himself.
Yeah, that was really
fantastic.
cute.
Score 75.
These are great kids. I hope you are able to tell. We've had the opportunity to interact with them one-on-one. Amazing, amazing children.
Yes. Taylor Reese. I'm number 244, and I'm representing New Vision from Loveland, Colorado.
And then I'll give you that back.
Thank you.
What does it mean to be a good citizen, and how can you contribute to society?
I think being a citizen is so much more than just helping out your community and like volunteering. I think being a citizen is everywhere you go, whether you're in your family or your schools or wherever you want to be. It's the way that you act and the way that you just represent yourself as someone kind and someone caring and somebody that's not only nice on times where you're being watched.
How can you contribute to society?
I think contributing to society can be helped whether you're just complimenting someone's necklace that might have been having a bad day, or even if you're going out and volunteering and helping your community. You know, I think there's so many different levels and ways to do it that it's almost hard to count it as one specific thing, that there's so many different ways to contribute.
How do you try to be a good citizen?
Well, I'm very involved with my church. I try to spread the word of Jesus and just entirely throughout my life just try to be able to help people and be able to help people understand.
Thank you very much, Taylor.
So if you're thinking, this can't be that hard, watch this in slow motion, write down these questions, go to a dinner party and ask adults how they would answer these, and then figure about doing it on stage. Really difficult question. In front of 600 people. That's a tough question, you know? So really, really well done.
Proud of these kids. She got a score 68.
And thank you, Dante, for hosting.
Thank you. All right. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be and why?
So I do believe that there are a bunch of things that I can prove about myself, especially with just making sure that I don't create mostly teamwork. And also, even though everyone's not perfect, I believe that if I just keep improving my skills, I can be the very best version of me. And right now, I'm doing everything I can to be the best version of myself. So I believe that there's not really anything else that I need to change as long as I'm doing my best.
How do you try to do your best and improve your teamwork every day?
How I try to be my best and improve my teamwork every day is probably just by making sure that I count other people's opinions, especially with my nonprofit Mill Kids, where I uplift and support military children while their parents are deployed, taking the people who I'm taking all around Atlanta to have fun, taking their ideas so that we can just have a fun time and that everybody has their voice heard.
How long have you had this nonprofit?
I've had this nonprofit ever since 2021, and though it is very new, I've been working at it constantly to make sure that I can grow it, and I can do my best to make sure that it continues to grow.
Thank you very much, Addison.
All right. Addison Riley from Atlanta, Georgia, giving examples, talking about her nonprofit. A score of 70 here.
Great. She was able to weave that in there and make the judges aware of something that she is very proud of.
Hello, everybody. My name is Flavio Silva, and I come representing the school, Macri School from Honduras.
How do you think education will evolve in the future?
How do I think education will evolve in the future? Well, you know, I think this really involves this school, because this school has changed the lives of many, including mine, and has really evolved the system of education. It has helped so many people, and if it keeps doing this, it will reach its span globally. By doing this, its unique teaching method, the way that they interact with every single one of their students, the way teachers don't just make school boring, they make it entertaining. They make it a place where children want to go.
If you could improve one thing. If you could implement one thing in every school across the globe, what would it be to improve education?
To improve education, well, it would probably be to implement the idea that school is the part of your life that helps you to become the best person you can ever become. School is that part of your life that makes you into the great person.
Thank you very much.
Give that young man 100 points, because that was the sweetest thing to say about our school. He got 87.
The judges were not playing around. They had their scores locked.
I really, that was beautiful, because he spoke so highly about the Roncar Academy and the work we do here, and that just touched my heart. I feel like we need to take that clip and make a commercial.
I know, we will. Hey, Kim, can you make that happen?
And it was so sincere and lovely. What a lovely thing. That's really great.
From Honduras, Tegucigalpa, and I'm representing Group A and Macro School.
23 to the global competition, and they're representing deep here in this top 50.
They are, and they are always strong competitors, so well prepared.
In what ways
Such
will the
lovely,
Amazing
lovely
Shake
children as well.
Contribute to your personal growth and development?
Well, it's a great question. Thank you, Dante, for being here in the first place. I believe the Amazing Shake is an awesome opportunity for those who are participating in it to grow mentally and emotionally. I feel like the Amazing Shake is a great part of me. It has changed me in several ways. First of all, I consider myself a very extroverted person, and I believe the Amazing Shake made me be like this. The Amazing Shake not only made me become a more open person, it helps me make new friends like the ones I've met along the way. It helps me be disciplined and organized with my schedules.
What's your favorite part about the Amazing Shake?
Oof, I have a lot of favorite parts, but I think the experience is my favorite part. The people that I meet and my teachers. Thank you. Shout out to them.
Awesome. What's the hardest part of the Amazing Shake for you?
Oof. Well, when we were like a week or like a month away, we had to go to practice every single day, and it was kind of hard balancing that with like my schoolwork and that sort of things. But I got through it. We got through it.
Awesome. Perfect.
Thank you very much.
So that's the perfect example of these students have really put in a lot of work, a lot of hours.
89, almost a perfect score.
Oh, that's the highest
1 point
score
away from
of
a
the
perfect
day.
score.
Yes, incredible.
The best score of the day. Wow.
Yes, best score of the day. So that hard work paid off, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Beautifully done.
Yes. And hours of time into making sure that they're prepared.
Good afternoon. I'm
Really
Serge
impressive.
Vasov, and I'm from Flint, Michigan, and proudly repping Group N all the way over there.
Nice. Put your hands both. What is your biggest fear, and how do you cope with it?
Okay, so my biggest fear, apart from like snakes or something, would have to be taking chances and actually just going for the things that I want to accomplish. My big example would have to be stuff like this, whether it be in the gauntlet or work the room. I wasn't really, especially in the work the room, I wasn't really taking chances and moving fast to get to some of the judges that I can even see in the front row right now. I needed to like go up there and make my first impression. So I feel either that or getting in my own head and losing self-confidence midway through the competition.
How does it feel after taking that leap and getting over that fear?
Oh, it's undescribable, that feeling when I was really hopeless at that moment after the competition, but that feeling when I was up there and I got my name called for top 50, it's truly amazing. It's rewarding and self-fulfilling to know that you were able to overcome it at the end of the day.
What are some ways outside of the Amazing Shake that you try to overcome that fear of taking chances?
I mean, as Drake said, the chances are like a picture. It's nice if you just take it. So.
Put that on a wall.
Drizzy? Is that Drizzy? Okay.
That was great. There you go. Drop the mic.
Drop the mic. 84. Great score.
That's how you finish off. That's how you finish off strong. I love that. Beautiful.
Hi, my name is Braylee Stagnolia. I'm from Austin, Indiana, representing Austin Middle School.
Alrighty. You can keep the mic, just pick around a bit. What is your dream job, and what steps are you taking to achieve it?
My dream job is being a teacher. My mom and dad are both teachers at the school I go to. My dad is my math teacher right now. My dream is to become a 6th grade teacher because I think that teachers have such an impact on students. And right now, through all the hardest parts of my life, my teachers have always been there for me.
How long have you wanted to become a teacher?
Since I was in like 3rd grade.
Who influenced that love?
Who influenced that is my parents because they've always just like pushed me to better myself, and I look up to them so much, and they've influenced me because how they act towards me.
What current efforts are you taking to achieve that goal of becoming a teacher?
I'm trying to do good academically because in high school, I can take college credits to get 2 years in high school.
Awesome. If you could teach one subject, what would it be?
Social studies.
I love you. I love you. Thank you very much. What's your favorite thing to learn in social studies?
My favorite thing to learn in social studies is probably about all the different countries. My favorite country, though, is Europe.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
So she hopes to be a teacher. We hope she becomes one as well. We need
Yes,
some
we
more
need
teachers
more
in our
teachers.
profession.
Yes. And she got a score of 70. I love how she talked about those personal examples of her parents and how teachers impacted her life. It's
Beautiful.
awesome.
Colorado, representing New Vision Charter School.
There we go. Please provide us with the name of one of your competitors you met this weekend and explain how they have impacted you.
So one of the competitors who was just on is actually Braylee. So we're in the same crew, and she's really just been there. We were in line together for the gauntlet, worked the room, and so we've had lots of different conversations, kind of pumped each other up to get ready for this.
What have you learned from Braylee, or how has she impacted you?
She's kind of just taught me to be brave and just go for it, because you don't know what will happen.
What have you done to try to return that favor to Braylee?
Just try to encourage people, including her, and just keep her up.
What's one of the most important parts of the Amazing Shake?
I'd say one of the most important parts is helping out your teammates. Even though it is a competition, you still want to help out your teammates, and you still want to make sure that you're not leaving them behind.
How important do you think it is to encourage everybody else around you?
I think it's very important, and that's one of the things that I try to do even in my everyday life.
All right. Thank you very much.
Give a shout out to Dante Beaumont, our current Global Amazing Shake champion, because he is really helping these kids with asking really thoughtful questions to keep the conversation flowing. And so shout out to him. And that young lady just got a 71.
Yes, Dante is up there killing it on the spot. Good job.
Christian School in Visalia, California.
There we go. All right. What was the most challenging part of this morning's gauntlet?
It had to have been the Coca-Cola jingle. That was so hard to prepare for. Also, my teacher was like, is it a commercial or is it a jingle? I'm like, I don't know. I think he said jingle, but I might have to rewatch the video. I went with the jingle. It went real well. I did a pretty decent job, but it took a lot to prepare for that.
What was your favorite part of this morning's gauntlet?
Dude, winging that car just I was like, ooh, my left wrist is hurt. I heard it from wheeling, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go right hand only, because I can't drive with my, so I'm just, and I'm talking to this person, and I'm like, this is just the best thing ever.
What's a tip or advice that you would give for somebody who's going into the gauntlet?
You gotta be yourself. I mean, everybody said it, we've heard it a bunch, but being yourself is the most important part. I mean, I know you're being guided and you have to put a little act on, but being yourself is so important. I can't emphasize it enough.
All right. Thank you very much, Blake.
Thank you so much, Dante.
Little humor there as well.
Oh, yes. Humor, personality, charisma. I loved it. I think in the 81.
81, yeah, which came through.
Hi, I'm Addison Stockton. I'm representing Central Valley Christian from Visalia, California.
Quick one out the bowl. Can you share an example of a challenging situation you've encountered while preparing and how you overcame it?
So one of my hardest things I've had to do to prepare for this Amazing Shake is everything in the gauntlet. Mr. Clark gave us a list of things that we had to prepare for, and making sure you checked off every single thing on that list. It was kind of stressful, not gonna lie, but it was almost relieving knowing that you were prepared and knowing that you can do it, and yeah.
How did you overcome that fear or that issue?
I overcame it by practicing every day, every night, all the time, whenever I could, in free time, every single minute of every single day.
In your opinion, what was the hardest station overall in the gauntlet?
Well, I would probably have to say ordering from the varsity. You know, the lady's just a little something, but we became besties, so it was good.
Overall, if you had to give a tip for somebody on how to handle the varsity, what would you say?
I would say go in confidently and don't worry. If you have a rude employee, don't blame it on them for being rude.
Okay.
You don't know their backstory and you don't know what they're going.
Thank you very much, Addison. Thank you.
Thank you, Don.
Addison Stockton, 287.
Another student talked about how much she has worked to prepare to be here. So many of these students have won their school or their whole district's Amazing Shake to be able to be here.
Yes. If you're just joining us, this is the Global Amazing Shake competition, and we are in the top 50 Parade of Champions.
My name is Tatum Trammell, and I'm an 8th grader straight out of Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm representing the Ron Clark Academy.
Can you describe a scenario where you had to demonstrate adaptability and quick thinking? How will this experience help you in the Amazing Shake?
Alrighty, I'm gonna say my honest answer. That's right now. Okay, right now, being quick off your feet. Now, the Amazing Shake is testing you about your poise under pressure. And something that's really important about that is that you're able to think off the top of your head, even when it may not be the most accurate, but you're still talking and you're still spitting facts, as I would say. Can you repeat the question one more time?
Can you describe a scenario where you had to demonstrate adaptability and quick thinking? And how will this experience, the one mentioned earlier, help you in the Amazing Shake?
Well, this will help because I've ran into a lot of situations where I have to work in teams. Teamwork is something that we've all had to face one day, and being in a team, you have to adapt. Not everybody's gonna agree on the same thing. You may have a strong opinion, but you can't go off of your own judgment. And that's something that that a lot of us have to work on during the Amazing Shake. It's very important to give your opinion, but also listen to others, because you don't wanna come off as, this is me, I'm not listening. I know there was a question earlier talking about being a good listener, and that's something that is a part of that.
How did you learn how to become such a great listener?
Well, thank you for your question. Like I said, teamwork.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
A big personality, Tatum Trammell. Now coming into this round, she actually was the overall winner this morning. Let's see how well she scored just now. 79, solid score.
Yes.
I'm from Texas, and I go to Corsicana Middle School.
Awesome.
Corsicana, they come wearing those cowboy hats, so they stand out. We love that. Every year we know that Corsicana's in the house.
How will you balance competitiveness with sportsmanship and respect for your fellow competitors during the competition?
Well, I'm thinking of it more as an opportunity to be here. So I'm just being respectful towards everybody all of my competitors, by just encouraging them and helping them whenever they're nervous and giving them advice and tips and things like that.
What's one way that you show competitiveness yourself?
Well, I play tennis, and we have like a ranking system, and it is really competitive to be like the #1 girl at our school, and that is something, and it's really hard, and it's a process.
If you could shout out one person that's shown respect for you, who would it be?
Probably my mom, just because she's always just been there for me, and she does everything that she can.
What's one way that you try to show respect?
One way I try to show respect is just by, using my manners in every way that I can, and acknowledging that I can help.
Thank you very much, Isla.
So to let you know, the students have 60 seconds to answer their question. And so Dante, if they did not use all 60 seconds, is continuing to ask them questions to give them the opportunity to have a moment to shine. Yes. That competitor just got a 69.
Hi, my name is Deborah Weissenen. I'm from Orlando, Florida, and I'm representing one school of the arts.
Awesome. Deborah, just pick one out of the book. Would you rather live in a bustling city or a peaceful countryside?
Thank you for your question, Dante. I would say I would like to live in a peaceful, quiet country area because I am someone that loves the outdoors. I love being outside and exploring and being adventurous, and also having that alone time would give me time to be able to spend time with friends and family.
Do you have any memories of being outdoors or being in the countryside?
I do, yes. Recently, this past summer, I went to the Blue Ridge Mountains in Georgia with my family, cousins, aunt, and uncle. We had a great time. We did so many fun activities, like going out on the lake, on the boat, hiking, and it was a really fun time.
How long have you had this love for the outdoors, and when did it develop?
Well, ever since I was young, I've always been adventurous, whether it was climbing trees or catching lizards in the house. I've always just loved being outdoors and taking on challenges.
Was there a particular inspiration for your love of outdoors?
Not necessarily. I just always love being adventurous and trying new things and doing things that appeal to me that I'm like, ooh, that looks fun. I want to go try that. Just living in the moment, having all these different experiences.
Thank you very much, Deborah.
Thank you, Dante.
Well, I love when kids want to be outside. We took our kids to the park last week and had class outside. We need to get kids outdoors and appreciating nature. So 79, solid score for her.
Bring the outdoors back.
Yes.
Academy here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Alrighty. What motivated you to participate in the Amazing Shake competition?
One thing that motivated me to be in the Global Amazing Shake competition was having the experience of being in our Amazing Shake, and I saw that experience as like, okay, I'm good at this, and let me go show my talents to everybody else who is here in the Amazing Shake. It doesn't really matter if I win. I mean, everybody loves to win, but but it's the experience that you really gain from being here in the Global Amazing Shake.
What's something that you think the Amazing Shake sets you up for in your future?
I think it sets you up for success in life. I mean, this is what it's really about. It's about your social skills under pressure, like Tatum said. I mean, it's setting you up for the world when you go out with job interviews and business opportunities. I think that's what it's setting up.
After this experience, would you do the Amazing Shake again, and why?
I would definitely do the Amazing Shake because there's always opportunity to grow. I'm going to take what I did this year and I'm going to look back at it and say, okay, this is what I did wrong. This is what I can do better next year.
All right, thank you very much, McLean.
Okay, so McLean, I love that he is seeing this as an opportunity for growth and reflection and how it relates to real life.
Yes. Speaking exactly about what the Amazing Shake is.
He really did,
Yep.
an incredible score, 87. He really, I
Killed
think
it.
he did a good job of explaining that.
Yes.
Elementary school.
And he's got a big fan base.
Yes, I love it.
Pick one out there. What is your favorite movie, and what makes it special to you?
Of course, the Ron Clark movie. You can't go wrong with it.
Good answer, good answer.
Hilarious.
It teaches me that you can actually make school fun, and you can make kids love to learn and come back every day. And it has made me a better person, and I'm now more confident, and I can speak in front of people just like right now.
What are some ways that you implement the lessons you learned from the Ron Clark story?
So from the Ron Clark story, I can now, I can now speak to people. I can now show my personality to people, because back then people say good morning. I'll just be like, who are you? I don't even know who you are. And now I could just say, good morning, how's your day? Give them a little smile.
Thank you very much, Tyson. Awesome.
I love it.
So
What a
shout out
clever
for
young
the
man.
Emmy Award-winning Ron Clark Academy, the Ron Clark
The
story.
Ron Clark story, yes.
Sorry, Matthew Perry.
How relevant to bringing in that example. 84 points.
Very strong.
And you can see why.
And his loving the Ron Clark story had no bearing on his score. He just expressed it beautifully.
That's smart,
School
though.
in
Can't lie.
Chanhassen, Minnesota.
Awesome. Just pick one out the bowl. What does it mean to be a good friend, and how do you cultivate strong friendships?
Yeah, I think being a good friend is definitely being loyal. I think being loyal and always being there and when they need you most at times, as well as persevering in your relationship with your friends and working through conflicts and troubles you may have together.
How do you create or be a part of strong friendships?
Yeah, so I create strong friendships by being welcome and open with them about our relationship and be very kind to them and welcoming.
What are some strong friendships that you've made here at the Global Amazing Shake?
Yeah, so I've made many friends in my group lately, and one of them is Christine, and she's really great. We actually got to work in the workroom together today at the Amazing Shake, and that was really fun, and I had a great time with her.
Alrighty, awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So we have only 5 contestants remaining. These are the top 50 finalists of the Global Amazing Shake. This last contestant just made a score of 75.
One from the bowl.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty.
Hello, my name is Caitlin Ziegler, and I'm a proud 4th grader representing 8th and Salisbury Elementary.
Awesome. How can you contribute to making your school or community a better place?
Well, if I'm in the community and anywhere else, I really want it to be the best place it can be. So as long as I'm putting my positive attitude and wherever I am, I think it'll make other people want to have the attitude and give back to other people that they see. So I really always try to be as positive as I can or have the empathetic attitude so I can help them with whatever they're going through too.
What do you think are some ways your school or community struggles with being a better place?
I feel my school does not have as much energy, and I feel a lot of schools today don't have that much energy. And to the people that do succeed in whatever it is, I always want them to feel celebrated and special, like how I feel tonight. So I really want to make sure that they are celebrated as well as I am.
All right. Thank you very much.
4th grade, small but mighty, right?
Killing it, wow.
Such poise. I don't even know what I was like in 4th grade, but it wasn't anything like that.
4th grade, a powerhouse, 88.
Yeah, it was incredible. It really, because the poise that child had in the 4th grade, incredible.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cyan. I'm a proud 7th grader at the Ron Clark Academy from Atlanta, Georgia.
Awesome. Let's pick one from the bowl. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be, and what would you ask them?
If I could have dinner, I would probably have dinner with Martin Luther King Jr. He's a big inspiration to my life. He's affected everything that I do today, even being able to be on this stage, being able to talk to everybody in this room. And he's just affected me so much, and not just me, but everyone in this room. And he's affected how I can live my life and how I can live freely, and I love him so much, and I would definitely love to have dinner with him.
If you could ask him one question, what would it be?
I would ask him why what made him want to continue to keep doing what he was doing, even though he was receiving so much hate and death threats for him and his family. And what was his main inspiration, and why did he do it? And what inspired him like he inspires me?
When was the first time you heard or learned about Martin Luther King Jr.?
My mom actually has been teaching me about Martin Luther King Jr. Along with a lot of many other historical figures that have affected my life since I was a baby. So I'm pretty knowledgeable about the people that have helped me.
Thank you very much, Cyan.
Thank you, Dante.
Beautiful answer from Cyan.
Yes.
Let's see.
Talk about the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and a score of 85.
Yes. I think she had a very solid answer there. Well done, Cyan. So we only have just a couple more.
Hello, everyone. My name is Makai Johnson, and I'm a proud 7th grader here at the Ron Clark Academy.
Perfect. From the bowl. What message or impression do you hope to leave with judges and fellow participants after participating in the Amazing Shake?
An impression that I would like to leave is to always keep on going, no matter how scared you are. And even if you make a slip up earlier in the competition, do not let that stop you from achieving your goals. Do not let that get you down, and just keep on pushing, and don't trip yourself in your brain. Just keep on going with the same mindset and keep going confident.
Have there ever been any moments when you followed your own advice and when?
Actually, after the gauntlet today, I felt like I did really well. Where there was this one station, I think it was the CNN station, and I kind of had a really big slip up. And I was really upset, and I kept on thinking about it. But then I was like, I got to keep on pushing and just keep on being confident and encouraged. And then also my friends from the J team, they also encouraged me. So shout out to y'all.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Makai Johnson there, talking about his crew there. 78, solid score.
Solid score.
Morgan Rose Jordan coming up next.
2 more. Morgan Rose and one other at 1.
Hi, guys. How are you guys doing?
Good, good, okay. My name is Morgan Rose, and I'm a proud member of M Team. Yes, on top. Yeah. And I'm a sixth grader here at the Ron Clark Academy.
What is the best advice you've ever received, and how has it influenced you?
The best advice I have received is probably Mr. Bonner. He had this quote called "Keep it in waves," which really means that we keep going up and down. And even though life may bring you down, you always pick yourself back up. Or you pray to God that something's always coming next to you. And he really brings that true and really coming towards everybody, one of us. So just live your life in waves. Go up and down. Take it slow sometimes, but also bring it to the best, because each one of you guys are awesome and amazing, and you guys are just perfect.
When's the time you've used that quote to either pick yourself up?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the year, when we were starting off sixth grade, I was really nervous and down about starting because my grades weren't at the best situation, but I picked myself back up in that big wave and overcome that.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Good advice there. And I love her
it.
giving a shout out to Michael Bonner, phenomenal teacher who really is an inspiration to our
Yes.
students. So I love hearing her express how he influenced her in that way.
Showing some motivation, inspiration, a score of
Great
82.
score, 82.
No, my name is Mackenzie Love, and shout out to Crew P, the best crew. And I am from the Westminster Schools right here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Awesome. Quick one for me. My apologies. All right. Many in the audience like to read. Could you recommend a book to us?
Absolutely. I love to read as well. A series that I think is really underrated but extremely good is the Maximum Ride series. James Patterson is a wonderful author. He includes diversity and a great plot. It's a long series too, so you'll be interested for a while.
Can you tell us the main storyline of the book you just recommended?
Yeah, so I actually think Maximum Ride is my favorite character because her story follows a group of kids with wings on their back. They've been implanted with bird DNA, so it's about 5 kids, and they all have wings, and it's just about them running away from the scientists that are trying to put them back in cages, and there's a little love in it. There's a lot of just family and trust, so yeah.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I need this book. I need to read this book series. She completely sold me on the book series.
Okay.
What a great book chat. I love that. And isn't it great? Somebody who is obviously well-read. She did not hesitate to have a good example.
87.
87.
Great score.
87.
Incredible. So
Was that our last contestant? There's a couple I don't remember seeing.
I think that was the last one. So we should have our top 30 from here very shortly, since the scores have already been tabulated. Wow. If y'all are watching at home, go ahead and stand up. There's a standing ovation right here in the room. Stand up and give these students a round of applause.
Please put their names in the chat, shout them out,
Yes.
because they really did a phenomenal job. Incredible.
Incredible. So let's hear what's happening on the stage here.
Times when I would ask a question, they were elaborate questions. So maybe in the heat of the moment, you only got 60 seconds. You can't all the way remember everything that was a part of the question. So sometimes I tried to ask another part of the question. I think that's one tip or piece of advice that I would try to give you all. If you didn't understand, there were a lot of you who said, can you repeat that question, just so they know what the question is and how they can properly answer it. I want to hear some feedback from you all. Actually, first, let's go to the audience. What do you all think was the toughest question that was asked by me or from the sheet of paper? All the way at the top.
I think the hardest question was when you asked about the robots and how it could affect the future of the world. It's more over your opinion, because robots are like affecting manufacturing, because people are losing jobs, but it's also promoting our autonomy and making work easier for some people.
Definitely, that's awesome. I mean, the question about the robots was very difficult. It's all opinionated. Everything's talking about, well, do you think it's an asset? Do you think it's a liability? I've asked the question about the conspiracy theories. Do you think the Terminator's coming? Do you think they're taking over? You know? So let's see also else. What was the hardest question? All the way in the back? Right there? Definitely. She said how our generation can change the world because there's a lot of misinformation going on and different things like that. One more will come right here.
World problems question because there's so many different world problems that if you could solve, you would, but
Definitely, the world problems question. I was thinking sometimes I would be here, how would I answer that? I mean, there are so many world problems. It's just a vast area to choose from, so expansive that, and there's so many world problems. In that instance, I might just say something and then try to stay confident with my answer. What about the easiest question that you thought was given? Right here?
So I think the easiest question is what is the best quality of a leader? Because I know at my school when we were practicing, that was actually one of the questions we were asked, so I was able to have a mental answer.
Ah, okay, preparation. Preparation is the key to success. What'd you say?
So I definitely thought it was the one about what was your both least favorite and favorite scenario in the gauntlet, because we were discussing it earlier, and it's not a super elaborate question because it's just your opinion, so it's not a super deep answer.
She said the first, or your most and least favorite parts of the gauntlet. Of course, I mean, you kind of just went through it, so that probably makes it a little bit easier as well. What would you say?
Are aliens real?
Are aliens real? That's definitely something that's very opinionated, so I could see how that would be a very easy question because you're just giving your stance. It's not something based off facts. You don't really have to think of a memory or things like that, so I could really understand that. Mikhail?
One thing, I know someone up there said the hardest question was the robots and AI thing, how it's going to affect the future. A lot of the contestants right now said unemployment. I disagree with that personally because if you think about it, think about all these countries. They have people not working and stuff, right? Their economy is going down. So if AI
50 finalists. Each one of these students pulled a question from the jar. They had to answer it on stage. They had 60 seconds to do so, and if they didn't take up the whole 67 seconds, they were given additional questions. They've all been scored. We've seen the scores behind them, but we're just waiting for the official tabulations, the rankings, so that we can see who will move on to the next round. So Dante Bowman, our current Global Amazing Shake champion, who has absolutely demonstrated why he won that, has been the host. And so he is now just chatting with the audience about questions that they thought were very difficult to answer, and then maybe some that they would have liked to have been asked, just to see what they think. Now, it looks like Mr. Clark is handing him the official piece of paper, and so now we're ready.
Finally announcing the top 30.
Big cut right
Big
now.
cuts here.
And y'all, again, I just want to say, y'all all did incredible. These were some hard questions, absolutely unpredictable. So no matter what happens, you all should be very proud of yourselves. You all are in the top 50 of the entire world. I mean, come on.
That Dante showing a top 50 some love one last time before we announce the top 30 students, a class act. I love
and they're
that.
getting a standing ovation from the audience because they really have done a phenomenal job. I cannot imagine
But now
being
it's
a 4th,
time
5th,
to
6th,
find
7th,
out
even 8th
who's
grader
moving
doing
on
this.
to
Cannot
the top
imagine.
30. In 30th place, Marissa Batanti. Stella Guerra. If y'all, when I announce your name, you all can come up here. Matthew Bagala. Tori Roper. Katarina Marriott. Mariana Mena. Makai Johnson. Tatum Trammell. Deborah Wiseman. Alex Cortina. Princess Johnson. Blaze Bentham. Blake Stockton. Drew Diaz. Audrey Love. Siddharth Srivastava. Tyson Williams. Morgan Rose Jordan. Cyan Falcon. McKenna Meterhoff. Adrian Prater. Dylan Andrews. Lauren Dietz. Lucia Jaloki. Flavio Silva. McLean Welch. McLean Welch. Mackenzie Love Jordan. And now the top 3 for your Parade of Champions. In third place, all of these are tied for second. In third place, James Burke. Valeria Galdamez. In your first place for the Parade of Champions, fourth grader, Caitlin Ziegler.
Fourth grader winning first place in the Parade of Champions.
And if you're just tuning in, it's not just because she's cute and little. She
answered that question. She owned the moment.
Poise, charisma, depth to her answer. Very authentic. Very well done. Very well done.
Wow.
So those
Absolutely.
are our top 30.
Those are our top 30 students, Kim. They're going to be moving on to the next round, which is immediately after this one, where they're going to be having group interviews in small groups. But what a moment for these kids. The top 30 in the entire world, making it through your school, through a district competition, maybe some, the regional, the gauntlet this morning, work the room, and now this challenging to be the top 30.
Right.
Wow.
You know, when you think about the 350 students competing here, they come from having won huge regional competitions in some cases. So they should be very proud. And
So
their
proud.
chaperones, their teachers, those who coach them, their parents, you should also be so very, very proud because we know you've worked with these students.
And you know, there's this. Yes, sir. Let me see.
Where's your sheet of paper? Where's your sheet?
It was on the table.
Someone I thought had a very high score, and I didn't hear the name called, so I'm wondering if that's what they neglected to call one. So we do have people double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking to make sure that everything is accurate.
This one was cut off.
Oh, his paper was cut off. Printer problems.
So let's
I
find
was
out.
wondering. I know who it is because I remember the score.
279, Giovanna Soto.
All right, there we go. There we go.
Congratulations to her. Don't want to leave her out for sure.
Yes, very, very
High
well
scores,
done,
you definitely got to
everybody.
make it on to the next one.
Incredible job.
Let's cut off the sheet. We're good. We're good. Great job. Great job. Everybody's trying their best, y'all. We're trying our best. But you know, okay. So there's this movie, super amazing blockbuster hit, came out during Christmas. Can't think of it. Chocolate Factory, Oompa Loompas, Wonka. Wonka? You know, I saw the movie. And I thought it was absolutely amazing. I mean, I was mesmerized by the set, the music, just everything. But one particular actress, her performance was really amazing. Kayla Lane, who portrayed the role of Noodle. She's considered one of the most amazing young actresses and most prominent in Hollywood. With that being said, join me in welcoming to the stage, Miss Kayla Lane!
Kayla Lane from Wonka here in the building.
I don't know if you've seen this movie. I fell in love with this actress. She was everything.
I have not seen it. I got to go see it.
Oh, you have got to see it. She was incredible, delightful, singing, acting, just an absolute incredible actress.
Get sorted up into your groups and get ready for this group interview. Y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go.
Thank you, Dalton. We'll be conducting interviews with the students, 6 students at a time. So we'll have 5 sets of students come out to the stage, And how exciting for them to meet a
Oh, my
celebrity
gosh.
who is their age, right?
I know.
And to be able to interact with her. And you've got to see Wonka. I mean, honestly, when I saw it, I went on Instagram and immediately told everybody, go watch this movie. Go watch this movie now. Especially if you're a fan of even like the very original Willy
Yes.
Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's just beautifully
done? Okay, well, I gotta go
Beautifully
see it
done.
now.
And just touched your heart, and she was just exquisite on camera.
Wow, I'm seeing all the kids in here are just like beside themselves
Yes,
right now. Like,
yes.
what? She's here in the building?
She's in the building.
Oh my gosh, so I gotta go watch the movie now.
You have to go watch the movie now. Just
That's
was
awesome.
one of many surprises. So,
Yes.
so we just narrowed down from 50 to 30. Right now, we're going to convert the stage, get 50 chairs off of it, get it set up a little bit differently. A shout out again, Dante Beaumont, our 2023 Global Amazing Shake champion. He's running the whole show up
Yeah.
here. This is kid run as far as he's engaging with the audience, keeping everything flowing while we're waiting to transition from one thing to another. So let's hear what she has
Let's
to
see
say.
what they're talking about on stage.
CGI. There was no. The draft was not real, but the Oompa Loompa was CGI, definitely. But mostly everything was real. Like when we were flying in the air, like all of that was real. We were in a harness. But like most of it, like the sets and everything, they were all practically built. So like everything, it just felt like when I walked on set, it just felt like I went to a whole different world. Yeah, it was
That's
incredible.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure we have many aspiring actors and actresses in the audience. What was it like to audition for Wonka, and what was that process?
When I first auditioned for Wonka, I had no idea what it was for. I didn't know what my name was. Actually my name was Nutmeg, but it wasn't Noodle. They changed it during I did a screen test actually, and they changed it to Noodle, and I was like, oh wow, that's really cool. But it was so cool to know that I was gonna be a part of the Willy Wonka franchise and all that, because I actually thought the Johnny Depp version was the original.
Oh.
I did. Yes, I did.
Me too.
But I actually watched the Gene Wilder version, and it was really good. Yeah.
What was preparation for the role? What did that entail?
Well, I did a lot. I had to do singing and I had to do dancing, so I had coaches for that. And I was really nervous because it was my first time doing singing and dancing and acting in one thing in one movie. So, thank you very much. It was really cool. What was I saying? About singing and dancing
Singing
and
and
acting.
dancing.
Yes, I had a coach for that, and it was super cool. Being there with all of these incredible Timothée Chalamet and Keegan-Michael Key, Olivia Colman, all of these people, and it just felt good to be standing next to them. It was
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're ready to get started.
Okay, cool.
You could go ahead and sit
Yes.
right here. We're gonna have a
We're
couple.
going to be bringing out the students 6 at a time, and this is a different skill yet again because you've got to find a way to stand out as one of 6 without monopolizing the conversation, but also make your presence known.
Make your presence known and make an impression on the judges. And so each set of 6 students will have the same questions. The other groups will be in a holding area.
They won't know what the questions are.
They won't know what the questions are. And so, all right, as we get set here.
What's Timothée Chalamet like?
Oh, he's fun. Yeah, he's really fun. Yeah. When I auditioned, I met him on Zoom at first. But then I met him on Zoom, and he was still filming a movie. But once I actually met him in person, he was super cool. We always gave each other high fives on set, and it was super fun being with him.
Was the movie Dune?
What do you mean?
Was he
No, he wasn't filming Dune. He was filming Bonesaw. Then, yeah.
So did you have to audition on Zoom? Or did you audition in person?
No, I auditioned on Zoom. I think it was during COVID when I auditioned. So I was in my house and, did self-tapes.
Thank you so much. So judges, the students are seated on stage in the way that their number is. So this would be number 240, 344, 340, 321, 346, 345, 335. And we're going to do just 5 minutes per round, okay? And so I'm about to start the time, and whenever you want to begin.
Okay, cool.
Some instructions here as we get ready to score this round. They'll have 5 minutes to have conversation and really make an impression on the judges, and then we'll bring in the next set of 6 students to come out.
This really is hard, I feel like, when you've got 6 kids at one time. So it's really interesting. And are they
So
listening
I
to
am
one
really
another
excited
and
to be
kind of
here. Can
helping
you
each
tell
other? Because that'll come through too.
competition?
So let's listen in.
So the Amazing Shake, it is a little hard to explain. So it's a social skills competition for students to get to test how well they are at public speaking, how well they are at shaking hands, at working a room, at being put in uncomfortable situations, and still having to win the interview over.
To add on, it's really an amazing experience. Just if you don't win, if you don't make it past top 50, you're still with your group. You learn how to work with different people. You meet people from all over the world, which is really amazing and a really fun experience.
Not just does it help when you're at the competition, but throughout life, because you don't want to stop just because you're here. This is a life lesson, and it helps with your soft skills like handshakes, eye contact, and posture.
Okay, so would you guys say it's stressful or is it more fun?
I just want to say, I'm sorry, I should have started with this. Thank you so much for being here. I admire you so much. So I think it's the perfect balance. It's fun stress. This is the funnest stress I've had my whole life.
To add on, my name's Morgan Rose. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself. But it's more of stress before. Then right after you do the first round, it's more fun. Like this is just all fun. And before, on Friday, it's all fun. You meet your group. It's just a fun experience.
My name is Caitlin, and I'm so excited I can be here with you today. But I feel that the perfect word to describe it is you have a lot of adrenaline because you really want to do so good, but you're also kind of stressing in the moment, afraid that you may not be the most successful you can. So it's really interesting to do it.
Cool. Okay. What skill would you say is most important if you were going to do you're going to do well in the competition?
My name is Makai. It's a pleasure to be here with you today. A skill I would say is kind of really important is just kind of being able to just talk to someone that you've never met before and being able to engage into a conversation with them and just being able to learn about them and not be nervous. It's kind of like you're meeting a new friend and you just want to talk to them, even though the age gap may be different. It's just really fun.
Adding on to that, I would say definitely knowing your worth is very important because I know when I first got to this competition, I saw a lot of amazing kids from all over the world and I was kind of taken aback. But at the same time, I need to remember how prepared I am and how amazing how all of we are, just in that we can get far in this competition as well and to not be taken aback that much about how amazing you think other people are and don't forget how amazing you are yourself.
Yes, I agree with her. Don't always worry about other people. Worry about yourself. Because you can do as great as them. They're normal children just like us. And I feel like if you push your hardest, you can really do great. And it's really about the first impression because that's how someone remembers you. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
Interesting, and my little trick is short and spicy. You want to make the conversation short and spicy. You want people to remember you and make sure that you stand out from other people to know what you're really doing and having fun.
Just one more thing. So I really think I improved on my skill of listening and talking and making connections with people because in acting, there's a lot of rejection, but here in Work the Room, they can't reject you. They volunteered to include you. So I really enjoyed getting to just make connections with people, and they're not, not making eye contact, turning away. This generation.
Of all the skills you learn in the Amazing Shake, which one do you think will help you the most in life?
I know for me personally, I would say just being confident. It's really important to go to anywhere you go to know how I don't know how to, just like anywhere you go, to like walk with a certain presence and to walk with a certain way that when you walk into a room, you're noticed in a really good way. And to just be yourself and just like your confidence, but not make it into arrogance, but just be amazing because you are.
To add on to Cyan, I think that because I know a lot of people, they want to talk so much, they want to get their voice out, and I understand that. You want to be memorable, but you want to make sure you take time to listen so you don't repeat what other people say and don't sound like you're kind of like in a rush or trying to copy somebody else.
Something I really learned is that what the real meaning of conversation, because I used to hold conversation myself and try to get all my thoughts out before everyone else. So I feel that and correct and nice understanding conversation has to be not just one person holding the
Also, I would like to say that something else that's just like really great to find your skills. There's just a bunch of like a large variety of the different judges. So I think a good skill that you need to learn is being able to change and adapt in your environment. Because if you have this judge that's acting a certain way for you, then you should be able to change your demeanor in the way that you're talking to them and the way that you want to receive them. This on one stage that we had at the gauntlet at the varsity, the worker, they was kind of like sassy. So you don't want to be rude to them. You want to be able to change the way that you speak so you can talk to them in a respectful manner and care for them and listen to what they're talking about.
Okay, so thank you all so very much. So we want to make sure that you know who each person is. Give me your score, 0 to 20.
All right, so that round just finished up with the first 6 students to have their conversation, and they're going to exit the room, and then the next set of 6 students are going to come in and have a conversation with the judge, with the host, and be scored as well.
So I think they did a good job, but it is that whole idea of some of the students spoke more than others. And so how do you get yourself in there without sounding like you're monopolizing the conversation? Maybe, as Morgan Rose Jordan said, short and spicy, where you're memorable, but you're not monopolizing.
You're not monopolizing the conversation, absolutely. So it'll be interesting.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It'll be interesting to see how each group sort of handles that round. As well. Are they going to jump in there and really take control of the conversation? Do they pass it? How do they navigate that space?
And also, if they're there with someone from their own school,
Yes.
are they kind of helping each other along? Or, are they trying to cut one another off? Another thing the judges have been asked to look for, when you're not speaking, are they leaning in and listening? Are they being active listener? Are they really, just even with their body language, being supportive of the other competitors?
Yeah, most definitely. Are they tracking each other, which is important? That shows that you're a good listener, you're leaning in, like you mentioned, and not just thinking about what you're about to say next, but adding on to the conversation. That's going to be really key here.
So here we got another group of 6. Let's see how they do. Here we go.
Okay, so nice to meet you guys. Okay. So I don't know about y'all, but I love TikTok. So as you may have seen, the House of Representatives have recently voted to ban the platform in the U.S., and now it looks like the Senate will do the same. So what do you think about this decision?
I think it's kind of justified. I think that the TikTok needs to give up its Chinese owners and sell it to the United States. I mean, the Chinese owners will profit off of this. They will profit off this, but they will also feel safer, I guess, for the government and for us, people who don't think that's really safe. People will think it's safer, and they'll feel better about going on the platform. And it'll kind of also, more people will use TikTok now, I think.
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry. My name is Giovanna, and thank you, Ms. Kayla, for being here. I agree. I have pros and cons for this question. I believe they are in the right. The government is in the right. For what I know, they're trying to ban TikTok because it's owned by a Chinese company, as my peer McLean said. I believe it would be okay to ban it because people nowadays are really creative, and we could easily develop a new platform with the same method or usage as TikTok.
Yeah, I think that when the TikTok, when it gets in hands of another country, it's going to be such a better app. With the privacy policy, we all have seen it. They're basically getting all of our information and microphones, whatever you want to say. But the U.S. or whatever country, I just think China doesn't do an amazing job with this. But another country would, and they would change up this privacy policy, and TikTok will be a great app again.
Yeah, great point, Blake. I want to follow off of McLean's point and my friend's point. Deborah. Giovanna. I'm going to follow off of her point. It is a Chinese-run app, and I know I love TikTok. A lot of us here are creatives, and we want to post our ideas and share what we like to do. It's a good app for other people, but like my friend said, it's a Chinese-run company, and so that has a big impact on an app. They can see all of our activity, and although we think privacy policy is way deeper than that, and our safety is connected, but it's run by another app. So it's run by another country, which is China. So we don't know how that would be an effect on the USA, but we know that it wouldn't be a beneficial one.
Something I would like to add to what my friend here, Tatum, said. I believe TikTok has been doing a good job. I know we can filter everything, and they're not perfect, but I believe between the years that we have been using TikTok, there not have been like a major inconvenience with privacy. I believe they have actually been doing a good job, this Chinese company. So I believe there's not like this huge idea or like this huge fact that you can say, oh yes, they're like really getting into our privacy. We can be private in TikTok. I believe they're actually being a good company in that sort of situation. I think they're doing good.
Yes, I do agree with everything that you guys have said, and I do agree that TikTok should be banned. Personally, I don't have the app, and I choose not to have the app because having it being owned by China, we can't 100% trust all the decisions that they're making on the other side and all behind the scenes that we're not seeing. So personally, if it is banned, I feel like it'll also be better for America, and also another better way to find other ways to be creative and to use our time wiser.
I agree with everything everyone said, and although I know most of us as kids can agree that TikTok to a certain extent is a platform we can use to express ourselves, whether it be by posting, reposting, sending videos, to an extent it is something, or our biggest tool of expressing ourselves, but I don't think it's worth having that tool to express ourselves if it does bring up a legitimate argument for a lack of national safety. So, yeah.
Thank you. I agree with Giovanna's point, the point that she made earlier. Like I talked about my point about being creative, people will come up with another app. It's not the end of the world. I know we love TikTok, and I agree with you. I don't have the app TikTok, but when I see all the funny videos and the videos get uploaded to YouTube, it makes people want to use it more. But like you said, it's not protecting our safety, and that's the main thing we have to worry about, because it could possibly be a national threat. So, yeah.
Adding to what you said, there is many people saying that it's actually not protecting our privacy, but I haven't actually heard one person say why it's not. I have been hearing many people say, yeah, it's not protecting our privacy, it's not safe, they're invading our privacy, but y'all are not giving examples on why they are. So that's why I believe you need to have supporting ideas. I do believe that there are pros and cons, but if you're not giving the supporting details, I can agree with you.
I just want to answer your question. They're taking data from everything that we like, what we're scrolling on and what we're liking our posts, and they're taking that data and then they're using it in all their files. So that's just to answer your question.
And I'd like to add on to McLean's point. Thank you. So it's owned by China, as a lot of us have made the point of. What do you think, and of course privacy is a very big thing on TikTok, why do you think that it wouldn't be a national threat? Because it's run by another country and it's in their hands and not ours.
I believe the fact that it's run by another country doesn't necessarily mean that it's wrong or that it's bad. I mean, yes, it's not America, it's not USA, but does that mean they're not good?
They can collect our data, like McLean said. I was following off of his point that they can collect our data through the videos we post, from the things that we search.
But are they using it against you?
That's something we don't know, but it's a question and it's a possibility because it's a different country.
And if the USA buys TikTok, then we can feel so much safer. Or if another country, I don't honestly care what country buys it, but I would feel safer, and I might have that thing where I might download this app, I might give it a try. I'm a humongous golfer, and seeing those videos on tips and how I can improve my golf game, how I can improve my swing, it's amazing.
To a certain extent, I do agree with Giovanna's point, though, because as someone who's on TikTok a lot, I do feel like there's never been an issue with it, and if the government does think that there is a legitimate safety concern with a Chinese company having the data of 170 million Americans who are on TikTok. I do feel like it shouldn't be that big of an issue if they're not doing anything with it. And since for 4 or 5 years now, ever since it was Musical.ly, there's never been a big cyber attack or anything with the information of all these Americans on TikTok. So I don't think it's a big issue.
Giovanna, I think you do have part of it right. It's in the hands of China, which shouldn't be a problem, but it is because of the issue of them trying to take our data. I mean, if it was in the hands, it could be in the hands of something who's not trying to use our data, but since they are, then that's why it's a threat.
Going back to what Tatum said,
Bye to Miss Kayla. And we'll get the next group on.
Bye,
in
Miss
here in a
Kayla.
second.
Thank you so much for being here.
That went differently.
Wow, that was pretty
They
intense.
turned it into a debate round, which I think is a healthy thing to do.
Healthy thing,
Absolutely.
yeah, have student discourse about topics that are important to our country and to
Challenging
our
each
world,
other a little bit.
challenging each other, yep.
It'll be interesting to see if the judges like that or did not. Some of the students defended themselves and then came back, and so there was definitely some healthy discourse. Did some students remain consistent, or were they flip-flopping what they said? So these are going to be some interesting things to see what how they scored with that. And we won't know for a while, but that was definitely a spirited discourse, which I think is reflective of our country right now when it comes to TikTok. It's a very emotional issue to different people. And so also the perspective of that we had a student from Honduras speaking of it, and whereas someone from the USA may have a very different kind of feeling about it. So that's the beautiful part about this being a global amazing shake as well, I think.
Yeah, you just bringing your perspectives about how you feel about the world and issues that are important to you, and it all comes out there on that stage. And how do you have those thoughts and ideas conveyed in a way that's respectful, that's spirited, but also shows that you're confident?
And then it was interesting that they really were engaging with each other, but not really with the host, with Kayla Lane.
Right.
So Kayla Lane. So it'll be interesting to see what the judges are looking for, because we have judges here that are community volunteers. Over 250 judges here this weekend doing different rounds. Corporate leaders, executives, people who are here from all different perspectives and all different walks of life as well. So what they might be looking for, even though there are some standard things we've asked them to look for, will be very interesting to see.
So we have the next group on stage right now with Kayla, so let's listen in.
Hello, my name is Flavio, and this competition, it's wonderful. Generally, it's wonderful, it's amazing. Something that I think makes it very, very good. You meet every single person you meet is new. You're not gonna find someone you're already met, because every single one of us, we met each other. And you form these bonds. We make friends. And you also learn to be confident. This competition also and it has taught me to be confident in that way.
Hello everyone, my name is Mariana, and something about this competition is that it helps you for the future. Not only for now, but in the future you will use this everything that you're learning, like giving a good handshake. It can help you even at a job interview. So I believe it's very important, and this experience, I will have it for the rest of my life.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Kat. So I'll pass it on to you when I'm done. But the Amazing Shake, it's more than just a competition, really. It's about meeting new people, and B, making connections. Because in life, general, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, and even beyond that, who knows you? Who in the world is going to be like, oh, I know Adrian Frater. She, did this for me. I remember she gave a very firm handshake. I remember our conversation and things like that. And so it truly is about making connections, about getting prepared for the real world. And even now, I just started my high school admissions process. I just ended that. And interviews, the amount of Amazing Shake skills that I use in those interviews, firm handshake, creating stories, just telling memories, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be going to high school where I am going to high school without these skills. So it really does impact you for the rest of your life, and it's more than a competition. Than Kat, what you were gonna say?
Okay, so I would have said the same exact thing that all three of them said. Like, it is so good to connect with people and get to know about them, and you honestly kind of get to know more about yourself too, because you get to be put through so many things where you have to be honest, but some of them you're not going to know the answer. So you're just going to have to think on the spot, and it was amazing, and it's definitely going to help you now and in the future.
Echoing off of what Adrian and Kat said, the Amazing Shake is definitely far more than a competition. I see it more as a building opportunity to build blocks on top of everybody here's futures. Like even if you didn't make it, this is still something great that you can share with others about. You made it to global. You can tell everybody about the Amazing Shake, and putting it into a summary of what the competition is. It's a great activity that you can use to meet and connect with more people.
And I think also it doesn't only prepare you for the future, but it gives you a sense of self-worth and value. Even from when I was doing this in 7th grade, I can see the improvement every time I do this competition. I get a little bit further, so that's a really cool thing to see.
Yes, many of us have been practicing for this, and that was a practice for this. And the way I like to view it is those practices are a practice for this practice, because this practice is for your life. This is the ticket to success in life. These are the skills you learn to be the great person you want to be, the person that helps everyone, that person that is so nice to you, that person that will always be there for you.
Okay. Now, would you guys say it's more stressful or is it fun?
Well, I would say it is a little stressful, but once you get into it, once you kind of go through the stations, you kind of just go into autopilot mode, and it becomes like one of the best times of your life. I'm an introvert. I'm extremely introverted, but having this competition, doing this competition, I've been doing it since 5th grade, and to imagine me being here on this stage right now, Adrian would have been like, are you sure it's not like a doppelganger? Like, are you sure that's actually you? But it definitely is very stressful when you're preparing for it, and I know for me that, the anxiety can kind of get to me sometimes, but then you just take a deep breath and you say, this is about bettering my future, this is about bettering myself, and this is a competition for me to meet other people. The amount of people I've met here, it's as Ava and Ilana and just like everyone in Group E, specifically Group E, yeah. And so it's definitely fun when you're making friends, but it can be stressful while you're preparing for it.
Well, I say that it's very fun because you get to show your personality to different people, not to the people that you already know. So a lot of people get to know that you're fun, that you like to talk, and all the experience and every skills that you have. So I think it's very fun, and you get to meet new people and have new friends.
I agree on both sides when it comes to being stressful and fun, because the preparation for the Amazing Shake definitely was stressful. I know I was definitely crunching my Coca-Cola commercial, but I'd say the preparation was more stressful than the actual thing itself. I remember I was stressing in the line for the gauntlet, and I know a lot of others can agree with me that as soon as I stepped in and as soon as I talked to that person at the counter, all those nerves just drifted away. It all just washed off my shoulders, and being here now is encouraging even more. So I'd say that the competition itself was way more fun than the preparation.
So I was gonna say, I know you do acting, and it's almost a lot like acting because you have to act. So it has its pros and cons. So you can be stressed, but once you feel the groove of it and you kind of get used to it and you're like, okay, I got this. And my music teacher, she said, take an intentional breath. Then you chill and it feels better.
Okay, before...
I'm so sorry to cut you off. That's time. We're going to go through.
All right, there's our third group of interviewees there. So we have 2 more sets to go. And then this group of 30 will be whittled down to just 15. 15. Yeah. So it's going to be another big cut chop. Now, yes.
Yeah, so the students have got to figure out, again, how do they bring their thoughts through, but also share the room, share the space on the floor, show the individuality.
And how not to be repetitive, because at this point in the competition, some of the conversations are weaving themselves back to, I think, things that have already been said. So how do you say that in a new or different way so that the judges feel like it's refreshing, it's memorable, it's not just repetitive?
Yeah, that is true, because a lot of the themes keep coming back up. How do you bring that extra sauce onto it to really make an impression on the judges? And then also, I think a part of this competition is, too, how do you be relevant to the audience that's in the room? Are you saying something that's humorous where the entire room laughs or the entire room goes, And that gets into the minds of the judges as well, which could increase your score. So
You got to know your audience.
Got to know
You
your
gotta
audience.
audience. All right, here we go.
What is something you have learned about the current events?
Actually, something that happened just recently is Kate Middleton. The Royals announced that Kate Middleton does have cancer. So I know that was one of the debate questions, and so learning that was really important.
Hey everybody, my name is Valeria. I'm from Honduras. And thank you. Throughout the training of this competition, I became aware of how many problems there are around the world, especially with the two wars that are happening as of right now. There's Ukraine versus Russia, and there's Hamas versus Israel. I became aware of how many people were suffering as of right now. For what?
Hello. Sorry for my voice once again. My name is Stella Guerra, and I'm here to talk about SpaceX. So I live in Texas, South Texas, and so I used to live in San Benito, which is close to Starbase, Texas, in Boca Chica, Texas. So Elon Musk has been launching these starships, and he actually launched one last week. I was so fortunate to be able to watch this incredible over 5,000-ton man-made object put into flight, which is crazy, especially because it's in my hometown. So I love to follow up with that just because, one, I am located near, and two, it's just so cool to think how the future is progressing every day.
So I'm really a sports guy. I'm Tori Roper. And preparing for this, I really looked more into March Madness because I really like doing that and enjoy making brackets and stuff like that. Just the amount of brackets that have been busted because of all the upsets lately is pretty insane. You never expect all these 13 seeds to beat the 4 seeds and all these 15 seeds to beat the 2 seeds and stuff like that. It's pretty crazy. My bracket's been busted for it got busted actually the first game, so I'm kind of hoping I can bounce back because we do it in my family and we always have a little competition. It's always nice. I'm hoping I can win this year since I didn't do too well last year. So.
Yeah, so like Valeria said, I also researched the wars, Israel and Hamas, and as well as, Israel and Palestine, and as well as Russia and Ukraine. But my researching with the wars also led me to a third war that's lesser known but equally important, and that's the war going on in Haiti. And it was so important to me while researching because it's not impressive, but it's shocking how there's an entire war going on that's so unknown. And that's why I love the Amazing Shake so much, because that led me to learn not only about the war, but how I can help from miles and miles and miles away.
What skill would you guys say is most important if you were going to do well in the competition?
I say confidence, because with confidence, it comes with a lot of great things and skills. Because if you don't have your confidence and you think low of yourself, you're probably going to get that result. And thinking about it, if you have low confidence, then you won't have high expectations.
And I know we've heard this a lot, and y'all probably already know what I'm about to say. Being yourself. And everybody has said that today repeatedly. Now, I've been doing the Amazing Shake for 3 years in a row. This is my 3rd year. And in 6th grade, I tried to be a person who I wasn't going to be. I was fake. I was just trying to be someone who I wasn't, and I was afraid to be who I really am. Fast forward to 8th grade, I am true to myself, and I think it has helped me advance into the competition.
A skill that I believe everyone should have is being fearless. For example, our teachers taught us the only thing you should fear is fear itself. For example, we always think, what are they going to think? What's going to be my first impression? Am I going to do well? Am I going to pass? Well, first of all, thank you, Kayla, for that question. You look beautiful. And, I was honestly always a people pleaser, and I often worried what other people thought of me. But while training, I realized that really, what is there to fear? Really? Like, genuinely. I don't know half of these people here. And I'm probably never going to see you again. So the purpose that I'm trying to leave you is I want to leave you with a good impression. I want you to remember me for being someone who's positive, someone who's confident, someone who knows what they're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, to kind of build off what Princess said, I think self-confidence is so truly important to this competition. I know you've heard it a bunch. I know you're sick and tired of hearing it, but honestly, that's what's gotten me this through. I have a lot of self-doubt, and sometimes that can hold me back, but going through this competition, I've learned to have that confidence, and I've learned to gain trust in myself and those around me.
So there's all the big ones like being yourself, being confident, stuff like that. But I think a really underrated one is happiness, always having a smile on your face. When we did the handshake workshop in Mr. Clark's room and I went up to him and shook his hand, one of the things he pointed out to me was that I needed to have more smile and just have a better just face picture. And just happiness is key to that, because then you could have a smile and that could leave an impression on people that you may never see again in your life, but they could remember you for that. And I think that's pretty important.
So kind of going off the confidence conversations, not only is confidence in yourself important, but the confidence you give to others by being kind. That is one of the easiest ways to be successful in the Amazing Shake, and that's being kind to everyone. If you see a person backstage who looks nervous, there are so many ways that you can build their confidence by just being kind, by saying something like, you look amazing, you're gonna do great. And if, like, the only way to, I think, gain all of those skills is by being kind to others and having others be kind to you.
We're gonna make sure again, go through. All right, here we have, right here, 139.
So there you have our fourth group of 5 students being interviewed, just speaking from the heart, talking about things that they think are important to them. And we have one more set of 5 students. And then after that, we'll have those scores tabulated and we will narrow it down to the top 15. So we're very excited about that.
Yes.
We can't tell you what's going to happen for the top 15 yet, but it's another surprise. And so we're excited about that because we think it's going to be something that will definitely be challenging in a wonderful way for these students.
Yes, absolutely.
So if you are just joining us, this is the Global Amazing Shake. And so this has been a 3-day weekend. We began last night with practice rounds, but this morning students had a gauntlet round, a work the room round. Then we had the parade of the top 50, and they had to go on stage and they had to answer a question for 1 minute. And now it's the group interview portion where they have 6 students being interviewed by Kayla Lane from the star from the movie Wonka.
Yeah, so the next students are making their way to the stage right now. And so in about 6 minutes, we're going to wrap this one up, and we should know our top 15 very shortly.
Very shortly.
Oh, okay, good, good, okay, great. Oh. Okay. If a famous movie star or music artist had to had to be president, who do you think would be the best for the job?
A celebrity or like music artist, I would say Beyonce. I would say I would say Beyonce because she's an amazing leader. She's very confident and she is beautiful. She knows what she's doing, and I feel like she would be able to guide us through tough times whenever anything happens to us. She'd be able to help us through those difficult moments.
I feel like Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. Everybody, Taylor Swift. I think Taylor Swift would make a great president, president. I'm from Canada, so I get that confused with prime minister sometimes. But I think Taylor Swift would make an awesome president. Her songs are so uplifting, and I think she could do a lot of change for the better.
I'd like to take this one next. So first, I'd just like to thank the amazing judges and our amazing guests we have with us here today. But to add on to that point, yes, Taylor Swift would make an amazing president because not only, she's so famous, but she's very smart. If you listen to some of her lyrics, I don't know how she comes up with all that, but she is clearly very intelligent. And there are several news articles you can find online about why she would make such a great president, how she handles her money, her business. So she's such a really great person.
A music artist, I would say, her name is Rachel Platten, and she has a song that is called Stand By You, and the lyrics is, I'm going to stand by you even when we're breaking down. And I just think that she brings so much positive energy, and, she's going to stand by you, and I think she'll do a great job if she would have to lead our country.
I definitely agree, but one person that I would pick to be president is J. Cole. And if you guys didn't know, J. Cole is an amazing artist. In multiple of his songs, he always describes to love yours, and he actually has a song that's called Love Yours. And I think that means a lot because you have to love yours, and you have to love everybody that helps you get there, and you have to love everybody.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to agree with Blaze. J. Cole, I would definitely nominate him for president because he has one of his songs, he says, we ain't picture perfect, but we worth the picture still. And I'm just like, come on. Yes, J. Cole, thank you for that because, it's just a reminder every day that, we're not perfect, but we're still here and we still have to push through, even through those tough times. So even with those small messages that he has throughout his songs, the way that he is able to move people with his lyrics, I feel like he'll be able to do the same thing as the president.
For me, I would have to pick 21 Savage. And hold on. The reason why is because, his song A Lot, I Love You. Okay. One of the best songs I ever heard.
Matthew had a great point earlier about Taylor Swift. I love that point. Taylor Swift fans. Anyways, building off of Matthew's point, since Taylor is so popular, I think she would gain votes very easily, and a lot of people would vote for her, and she would become president very easily.
Definitely, but not always. It's about popularity. I feel like J. Cole is very uplifting, and he teaches us, like I said, to love yours, to love everybody. And I feel like he's such a good person to look up to because, yeah, he's a singer. He can be a little dirty sometimes, but he could also be very uplifting, and in all of his songs, he mentions that.
I'd just like to add one final point. So I agree, yeah, popularity is a big part and about the person, but the reason I said Taylor Swift is because she's so intelligent with how she handles her money, how she handles her business, everything about her. And what you'd really look for in a president is qualities like that.
Okay, how do you guys think the United States might be different in 10 years?
If I can start, I feel like it'll be different in 10 years for multiple reasons. Obviously, technology will definitely be much better. And I feel like our new generation will also learn to make our economy a better place, a bigger and better place. There'll be more laws in place that are better, and everyone will be treated equally, and everyone will have the same rights.
I definitely agree, but adding on to her point, in I think 10 years there's going to be obviously a new president, so that'll obviously change a lot of things, and yeah.
So everyone has such great points that I've heard from, but really, I think in 10 years, the way that the United States is going to be different is the world's going to be different. The world is quickly developing. You have AI, you have climate change, and the U.S. is really going to have to adapt to that as well. And you have to pick, do they want to be a global leader or just the same as every other country?
Matthew always has great points. I just want to build off of him again. Everywhere is going to be different. Around the world is going to be different. So U.S. will have to play along. Like he said, they're going to have to build up, be the top competitors of the world. And also AI, technology, just like how you said, AI and technology is going to be so much more advanced. ChatGPT. I had a question earlier in the Parade of Champions about space, and I think we're going to have more space exploration. We're going to go deeper and deeper into the universe.
I think that AI will heavily impact the U.S. in 10 years because my mom and I were walking through the mall, and she says, hey, Marissa, turn over and look at this sign. And it was a sign that said Saudi Arabia is coming out with the first AI flight attendant. And we were like, what? Now airlines are changing due to AI? And I think many more businesses and who knows, robots could be taking over more and more people's jobs because a flight attendant, like, Who knew a robot could take over that job?
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to have to agree. AI is definitely going to play a big part in our future in the next 10 years. But I also think education is something that will evolve as well. I mean, we have places like the Ron Clark Academy now that has influenced schools all over the world. I mean, now schools are using the house system, and so many schools are using our Amazing Shake competition. So the way that education and how we interact with people will evolve, I think that's something that will happen.
All righty. Well, this is our final group. Let's go ahead again. One more round of applause. Let's go.
So there you have it. We have just seen the top 30. Kirk has left me for a minute because he's helping get everything ready for the next round and our special surprise that's going to take place shortly. So right now, Dante is making sure the judges are aware of who the last group of students are that they need to score. From there, we're going to narrow it down from 30 to the top 15. And this will be the last competition that we have today before tomorrow's rounds. The top 15 will compete, be narrowed down to the top 10 before the students get to go back to the hotel, freshen up, and then they'll come back to the school tonight where they're going to get to let loose a little bit and just be kids, because we're going to have the massive, amazing Global Shake party where they're going to have a great time DJ, dancing, interacting with their crews and their friends. So if you are just joining us, this has been quite the day. These students are here, 350 students competing from as far away as Germany, Canada. We have them from Honduras. We have students from 29 states across the USA, even Hawaii. Those students were narrowed down from 350 down to 30, and now 350 down to the top 50 to the top 30, and now we're about to hear the top 15 as soon as the scores are made available. These students have competed so incredibly, and now we're going to hear who the top 15 are. Let's go to the stage.
First off, while we wait for the scores to come in, judges, do you all have any points of feedback for these amazing students?
Hi everybody, my name is Kayla. Y'all did a really great job. I really hope that I gave the higher scores great. Take your time and explain their stance on the questions they were asked very eloquently, and they were able to not use words on like I just did. There were very many people who did not use that word, and I think that solidified their opinion. So that's what I was doing.
Definitely. Amazing feedback.
Hi everyone, my name is Carla, and a lot of what I'm focusing on is just being yourself and the enunciation, being able to be understood, and not repeating what others are saying. Being original is really what I'm looking for, and no matter how old you are.
So right now, while we are waiting on the scores, the judges are giving positive feedback and also things for growth that they noticed in that round. Talking to them about when they were poised, the way that they interact with each other. Were they a good listener? Did they maintain eye contact? You know, did they even have good posture when they're on stage, or were they leaning in as they should when it was the appropriate time? All these different things are factors that they were looking at, as well, of course, as the depth of their answers, the content of what they were actually saying. Some students were able to bring in facts and information about things that you can tell that they had researched, that they had read about, and those are the kinds of things that the judges are looking for. How versed are they in the world? Do they know things about topics where they can even bring in other examples, or bring in those personal examples from their own life to kind of draw the audience in and make them feel a connection with the contestant? So they're getting this type of feedback so that if they do come back and compete next year, or just so that as they go through life and are in these different situations again, they'll do even more strongly in the different competitions or the interviews that they're faced with in the future. So we're waiting for these top 15 scores. After those top 15 are announced, it's going to be pretty quick turnaround till we go to the final judging for the day, top 15 narrowed down to top 10. Now, tomorrow morning, the students who are in the top 10 will come back. Everyone will come back and be able to watch, because the very first thing that will happen, and they're aware of this, is that we will have a breakfast type brunch where there will be judges and they have to demonstrate etiquette. There will be all kinds of knives and forks and spoons on that table, water glasses, bread plate. How do you navigate that while having a breakfast with the judges? And then this is something that's a little bit different that doesn't typically happen, but after every few moments, the students will pick up their plates and they will rotate so that they are interviewed by several different judges before they are narrowed down to the top 5. And then we have a special surprise guest who will interview the top 5 and just help us determine who will be the Global Amazing Shake champion. So right now, we're waiting for those scores. It has been a long day. Everybody is growing weary. Just to have the stamina to be able to do this as a middle school student, can you imagine? So it sounds like the scores have now arrived. Let's hear who is in our top 15.
Matthew Magala. And once I call you up here, just come on up. McLean Welch. Flavio Silva. Stella Guerra. Tyson Williams. Blaze Bentham. Drew Diaz. Mackenzie Love Jordan. McKenna Meterhoff. Valeria Galdames. James Burke. And then there were 3. Dylan Andrews. Lucia Jaloki. And in first place for the interview rounds, Adrian Prater.
Those are our top 15.
How
Moving
exciting
on.
is that?
Congratulations.
I think the judges did a great job. All of the students did very well, and it was very difficult. But this top 15, they really did shine in this portion, I believe.
They really did. I mean, some of those questions were difficult. Some of them were softball ones. But how do they use that moment to really share their views in a respectful, in a collaborative way, and really get their thoughts across where the judges thought this student should be in the top 15.
Sometimes those easy questions are harder because you have to say something unique and different.
You're going to go to the rotunda. Just don't get in the area in the middle because our students have to walk through there. So all of you get in the rotunda. We're about to get started. Here we go.
All right, we're moving to the rotunda for the next judging round, and then we will be narrowing it down to the top 10. So we're going to sign off for now. You can watch this again. We'll be posting it to our Facebook. Make sure you put in the comments the support for those kids that you've been cheering for all along the way.
Most definitely. So the next time we'll be live back here on the broadcast is going to be tomorrow morning for the debate challenge as well. So we'll see you. That's going to be it from the live here this evening. Share this video out. Share on your contestants, your candidates, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning for the debate competition.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.